This is Indiana High School Baseball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
Five Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors baseball clubs enter round 1 of Sectional 34. This is Indiana High School baseball. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you, Harold, for all that you have done for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting. With us today, we are honored to have special guest sports analyst Nathan Origer. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you to Union Mills, Indiana, 46382. It's a perfect day for sectional baseball action as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for our first sectional baseball broadcast, we have talked with both head coaches of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Ray Frazier, and the Winamac Warriors, Mark Hendricks, on the Saturday Sports Line a few times. They have faced off already this season twice, with North Judson-San Pierre getting the better of the Warriors both times. But today is a new day. When we look at the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, head coach Ray Frazier and his Blue Jays have solidified themselves as the outright 2023 Hoosier North Athletic Conference champions. These Blue Jays started their 2023 campaign winning 7 of their first 10 games. Midway through the season, they went on a 10-game winning streak before losing to Caston in a doubleheader 7-6 Game 1, then turned around to beat them in Game 2 4-2. Since that time, they beat Winamac 10-9 in their first outing, lost to Pioneer 16-6, turned around and beat Pioneer the next day 12-5, then fell to Frontier 8-6 in their first game of the day, then won against Rensselaer Central 12-11 in extra innings in Game 2 on the day. They swept their heated rival in the Knox Redskins all 3 appearances and finished off their season on a 3-game winning streak. That is where we are now for the third matchup of the year with the Winamac Warriors in Sectional 34 action. The Blue Jays went 20-7 on the year and 12-2 in HNAC play. Leading the team swinging in the bats for the Blue Jays is Quentin Frazier, averaging a .554 at the plate. Right behind him is Aldrich Harper, batting a .471 on the year. Rounding out the top 3 is Caleb Ginder, averaging a .412 at the plate. As a team, these Blue Jays are hitting a .355 batting average on 262 hits, 253 runs, 201 runs batted in, and striking out 156 times. For the pitching, the Blue Jays have used 11 different arms through the 164.2 innings pitched. They have an ERA rating of 3.87 on the year. They have allowed 156 hits, 141 runs, and have struck out their opponents 176 times. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, we are honored to have Pulaski County Community Development Commission Executive Director Nathan Orger as our special guest sports analyst. What's happening, Nathan?
Hey, Mitch. I am excited to join you here on WKVI again. I'm excited to be at what is, funny enough, my first baseball game of the season. I've spent all spring with the Lady Jays, their home games, and their sectional games earlier this week, that I haven't actually had much of an opportunity to take in some baseball.
So here we are.
So I'm pretty excited. It's Rabe's first year at the helm. I'm really excited to watch these guys play under him. He was one of the assistants back in the around the turn of the century when I was on the high school team. Man, makes you feel when I was on the high school team, and he is one of the, if not the smartest baseball thinkers I've ever personally known.
Wow.
So it's no surprise to see what he's done with this team. You know, talent gets you so far, but in a thinking person's game like baseball, that fundamental grasp of the game is really integral, and Rabe has it like just about no one I've ever known.
Well, you know, it's something he told us before is he doesn't remember the last time the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays were outright conference champions in baseball. And he said, you know, he was coaching in the 90s, so he doesn't remember the last time that they were conference champions. What a big accomplishment it was for them this season as they come into tonight against the Winamac Warriors, and that's where we are. We turn the page and look at them. They picked up 2 more wins since we last saw them. The start to their season, however, was tough to get through. They opened their season on the road against Carroll, where they lost 4-2. Then a couple of days later against Twin Lakes, they took a tough one on the chin, losing 11-1. Things didn't get much better as they faced a tough Morgan Township team in their third outing, losing 12-1. They then faced their county rival in the West Central Trojans. The Trojans got the better of them and put up 10 runs on the Warriors. The final on that one was 10-0. Then in our game, we broadcast in Winamac, they fell to the Oregon Davis Bobcats 10-5. Then the next night, they faced Rensselaer Central and fell 13-0. They lost a doubleheader to LaVille, then split a doubleheader with Caston, lost to North Judson-San Pierre 2 times, as I stated earlier, before they turned it up a notch, following up with 3 wins in a row over Triton in a doubleheader and Delphi Community 9-6. They split the 2 games with Knox, winning the night after our game 7-1. They beat Pioneer 8-2 before losing the next day to the Panthers 10-0. They come into today off another tough loss to Tippy Valley 8-6 in a close one this past Monday. The Warriors come into Sectional 34 play at 8-15 on the year and 7-7 in HNAC play. When it comes to hitting, Cash Roth leads this team with an .800 batting average as listed on Max Preps. Right behind him is Wyatt Wheeler and Connor Burton, both hitting right at .667. As a whole, this team has a .393 batting average. Looking at the pitching for the Warriors, they have used 3 different arms that we know about so far this season. Coach Hendricks told us on the Saturday Sports Line he likes to keep his pitchers on the mound at most for 3 innings. He said he likes to give more looks and change things up for the other team to adjust. We will see how things shake out for them in this one today, as we will see Max Gerhardt on the mound for them. We are expecting a great afternoon, but first off, Nathan, your thoughts on the Winamac Warriors?
So, I do like Hendricks' strategy there. I know it's probably not the most popular one, and if you don't have enough arms to go cycling through them like that, that'd be really tough. But there's so much of the game is strategy and being able to mess with the batter's perceptions,
sure,
make them rethink, refocus. Lose a pitch or two familiarizing themselves with a new arm. It's the record suggests maybe they haven't perfected it, but I think in theory it's a good strategy. I will say one thing about this particular matchup. The Blue Jays got the better of Winamac in both challenges, but with 1 week's difference, they went from losing 12-2 to 10-9 game, and granted, they went from playing in North Judson to their home field advantage for that second one. It was much closer. But I think you look at the way they came back that second game, and then you look at how much more is on the line in the sectionals than in the regular season. Last two nights down in Rochester watching the Lady Jays, I saw them on Monday night win what we believe was the first sectional win they have had in their entire program's history, which,
And we couldn't believe it. When Gary Baxter said that to us last night, we literally couldn't. I mean, it was like, wow, really?
But, they came in, they won that game. The second game last night, the Lady Jays didn't have a winning record, but they were close to 500, and Lewis Cass had a pretty rough record, and I don't think any of us took it for granted.
No,
but
not at all.
We felt like, at least I felt, that we had a little bit of room to make mistakes.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, it didn't play out. It was a really good game for the Lady Jays for the first 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, they really did well.
Had one rough inning. They fought back to tie it up, and in the end, they just, after 2 innings of free softball, it just wasn't enough. And all the records and all of the highlights of the regular season, they don't mean a whole lot when it comes to this. And so while the Blue Jays may come in with a much better record, that HNAC championship and the 2 wins over Winamac in the regular season, all that matters tonight is what they put out on that field when they are on the line like this.
Well, we are expecting a great afternoon of IHSAA Sectional 34 baseball action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
Welcome to the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I have with us head coach of the Winamac Warriors, Mark Hendricks. Mark, here we are again, another beautiful day. This time it's win or go home. You've seen the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays a couple of times. Maybe you're more prepared tonight?
I think so. We had a good day of practice yesterday. We had Tippy Valley Monday, which we kind of treated as a scrimmage, live batting practice, so that worked out pretty well. And the kids had a good night last night. We talked about what we needed to do, what we would like to get done, and it's Judson. There's going to be shouldn't be any lack of emotion in this game from either side, and it's a chance to get a shot at the conference champion. So add tournament to that, it should be a good one.
Probably won't be able to call you mid-game today, huh?
Probably not. I probably won't answer today.
Well, Coach, your message to Warrior Nation here as you enter sectional play.
Hey, the kids they've battled their behinds off to get here. I mean, everybody's in a tournament, but to get to where we actually have a legitimate chance to win. Beginning of the year, the way it started, I think everybody thought, oh man, we're looking at one and whatever, and the kids have showed up every day. They've grinded hard, and hopefully we can put it all together when it counts right now.
Coach, go get them.
Thank you, Mitt.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked third most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome back to the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I have with us head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Ray Frazier. Coach, another beautiful day as we meet again. You're taking on the Winamac Warriors. You've seen them twice this season. You were able to take care of business both times. What have you learned, or what are you thinking you're going to see from the Warriors today?
Well, Winamac's a really good ball club. They were a young ball club beginning of the year, and they're getting better and better and better. And they've played very well the last 2 or 3 weeks. So playing a team like that 3 times, a rival, you never know. It's going to be a good battle.
Talking with head coach Mark Hendricks, he said you guys go way back. You guys know each other. You think you'll see what you've normally seen from him?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we know each other well. We each other's team well. I don't think there's very many surprises here, I think he knows who I'm going to throw, and then, pretty much who they're going to throw. So it comes down to the players.
What's the message to your boys as you enter the first round of sectionals here tonight?
Just focus. Just focus. Been a long season. We've had a lot of success, but it's a new season now, So if you want to achieve your goal of winning a sectional, it starts today.
Message to Blue Jay Nation.
Come out and support us. Support these kids. They've had a great year. They've accomplished 20 wins. Been a long time, and an outright conference championship is really impressive. So just come out and support.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Wanting something more sporty? Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Now it's time for the Keys to the Game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School sectional baseball action, what are your keys to the game as a North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay, Nathan?
Well, Mitch, we were just talking about the way Coach Hendricks likes to cycle through his pitchers and keep the batters on their toes. So I think it's really paying attention to who's hitting before you, keeping an eye on what the pitcher's doing each time you got somebody new in, and just being prepared for somebody you haven't seen much this season and you haven't possibly seen this game. I think it's just all about that mental preparation, being focused, honing in on what's right in front of you.
All right, now flip sides. You're the head coach of the Winamac Warriors. What do you want to see out of your boys on the diamond tonight?
Well, like we just heard Coach Frazier from NJSP say, you want to win sectionals, it starts today. I think you just, if you're a Warrior, you got to forget about some of the rougher spots this season. Focus on the fact that it is basically a new season.
Yeah.
That's what really counts.
Yep.
And come in here ready to play baseball.
All right, that's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marian University's Ancilla College. If you are looking for a place to continue your education, visit marian.edu/Ancilla. Time to sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke, and chill as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey folks, Auto Park Ford LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Now, the standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning starting lineups.
For the Warriors of Winamac, Indiana, in the field to start today, we will see Maddox Buzinski in left field, Addison Allen in center field, and John Malco in right field. The infield shows Aiden Jimenez at third, Connor Burton at second, Wyatt Wheeler at first, Braden Mathias will be the shortstop, Cash Roth behind home plate as the catcher, and Max Gerhardt gets the call to start on the mound in this one for the Warriors. For the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, their batting order shows center fielder Aldrich Harper leading off, then shortstop Quentin Frazier, pitcher Caleb Ginder, and third baseman Troy Trippenfeldis as the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be first baseman Damian Frazier, then catcher Trey McGowan. Designated hitter Brock Benson at the 7, left fielder A.J. Bow at the 8 slot, and at the bottom of the lineup we will see right fielder Noah Radke. That is our standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning starting lineups for today, as we will be back to get set for the first pitch. Hey, you're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Union Mills, Indiana, it's win or go home, as this is the IHSAA Baseball Sectional 34 round between the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors. I'm Mitch Columby. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, as WKVI will always be here. Don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. No excuses. We are literally in the palm of your hand. We are proud to let you know the public address announcer today here at South Central High School is Jimmy Carr. Our trainer on staff today is Danielle McIntyre. Our umpires are Bob Schellinger, Raleigh Thill, and Mike Mendoza. With us tonight, we are honored to have Pulaski County CDC Executive Director Nathan Orgers, our sports analyst this evening. I am Mitch Columby, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School baseball action from Union Mills, Indiana. Today's first pitch will be brought to you by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award, given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very good friend Harold Welter. Well, Nathan, they're going through the starting lineups here. It's MOT, moment of truth. I always say it.
Yes, sir. It is all coming down to this most important game that's going to, as you said, win or go home. It's going to set the tone for the rest of the playoffs for one of these, and it's going to kick off summer break for the other team.
We see the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays wearing blue jerseys with gold lettering and gray trousers with blue pinstripe running down the right side of and right and left side of their legs. And then for the Winamac Warriors, we see them in maroon jerseys with their all-white trousers. So we remind you of who we're going to see in the field today. We will see the Winamac Warriors in the field today as they are representing the home team. As Maddox Buzinski will be in left field, Addison Allen in center, John Malco in right. Of course, he's one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week from earlier this year. The infield shows Aiden Jimenez at third, Connor Burton at second, Wyatt Wheeler at first, Braden Mathias is the shortstop, and Cash Roth is the catcher, with Max Gerhardt on the mound pitching for the Blue Jays. Leading off, we're going to see them bat first. Center fielder Aldrich Harper leading off, then shortstop Quentin Frazier, pitcher Caleb Ginder, and third baseman Troy Trippenfeldis as the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be first baseman Damian Frazier, then catcher Trey McGowan, designated hitter Brock Benson at the 7, left fielder A.J. Bow at the 8 slot, and at the bottom of the lineup we will see right fielder Noah Radke. Kankakee Valley Broadcasting is going to historic Wrigley Field to catch the Chicago Cubs take on the Boston Red Sox. As we're going to pause for our national anthem. I'll finish that here in just a moment. Every morning, join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Hey, as I was saying, KVB is going to historic Wrigley Field to cast the Chicago Cubs take on the Boston Red Sox Saturday, July 15th. Hop on a chartered bus with us at KVB headquarters and be chauffeured all the way to the friendly confines. This trip is for individuals 21 and over, so all you parents listening, this is your getaway opportunity. Call 574-772-6241 during regular business hours to save your seat. National anthem here at South Central High School. I always call it the launch pad. I like calling it the launch pad. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
That is.
We're getting ready for liftoff here.
Yes, we are. I mean, that is when you know, well, the pregame is done, all this and that, and it is time for baseball here in lovely Union Mills, LaPorte County, Indiana.
Yeah, it's always fun to get over to South Central. We got the chance to see our friend John Hager, the athletic director here. He's doing good, making sure to make the rounds, as all athletic directors do. They've got a lot to do, especially when hosting a sectional like this.
And I got to tell you, I don't think I've probably been here since high school. This is a beautiful baseball field.
Well, the program here at South Central is very serious from what I've learned the last year. I follow them on Twitter, and my goodness, they are very involved with maybe even helping some of their kids get to the next level after high school in baseball. So a serious program here at South Central, as in their first matchup, they got the first round bye. They're going to see Hebron, and this is going to be on Friday. So they're going to see Hebron on Friday. And then the winner of this game will await the winner of Wheeler and South Bend Career Academy, which is happening after our game this evening. So whoever wins between the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors, they will face either Wheeler or South Bend Career Academy. And then the winner from that game will then face the winner from Hebron or South Central. And that game will be played on Monday. So the sectional championship game here in South Central will be held this coming Monday, Memorial Day.
Blue Jays, number 11, the center fielder, Aldrich Harper.
So we're going to see step into the batter's box first for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays is Aldrich Harper. We've seen Aldrich do very well so far this season. The times we have seen him, this will be his 28th plate appearance of the season. He's a .471 batting average on the year. He has 41 hits, 44 runs, and 22 RBIs. And as the leadoff man, he is very fast. He's got the wheels. He's the starting quarterback, or was the starting quarterback, as he's a senior for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. So he's got the wheels as Max Gerhardt stepping on the mound. We've seen him have great control throughout this season as we are underway here in Union Mills. Swung on first pitch by Harper, and it's going back to center field, and it will be played by center fielder of the Winamac Warriors, Addison Allen, for out number one.
Well, you hate to start the game off with a one pitch, one out, but that was certainly a nice poke by Harper, and if he'd maybe put a little more on it or just taken a little bit to the right or the left, that would have dropped in for a nice single to start the game.
You know, I've been told by a lot of people usually the first pitch offered is usually the best option, which is interesting when I've heard people say that. Swung on the next pitch from Quentin Frazier as it goes down the right field line, foul. Frazier, he's one of these guys, he's leading this team in batting average of .554 at the plate. This is his 108th plate appearance of the season. He has 51 hits and 42 runs as Gerhardt's going to deal the 0-1. Swung on, ripped hard,
and
right
that
in
is
front.
that nice poke I was talking about. Oh, and that gets past the right fielder.
So it gets past the right fielder. Oh, my goodness, he's turning three. Here he is. Oh, my goodness, sliding in for a big-time triple. Quentin Frazier starting things off hot for the Blue Jays here in the top of the first.
Well, he got a little bit of defensive help there, but those were some wheels around that base path.
Number 99.
Wow.
Caleb Gardner.
That's not the first time we've seen him do that this season, as now we're going to see the number 3 hitter, Caleb Gender. He'll be on the mound in the bottom half of this inning as he steps in. Gerhardt kicks and deals. Oh, little ball up top. as that's Bob Schellinger making calls at home plate this evening. Gearhart, the 0-1, or the 1-0. Swung on and missed, foul tip, evens the count at 1-1 here. So with Frazier 90 feet away from scoring, the Blue Jays have an opportunity to bring the first run home. Gearhart checks Frazier at 3, and he deals the 1-1. Swung on and ripped hard back to center field, and that's going to bring Quentin Frazier home for an RBI single. Nice job by Caleb Ginder to start things off for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays as they have crossed the first run of the afternoon, and now we see a courtesy runner. Number 9, Nate Faldinsky coming in for Caleb Ginder at first.
You know, I know that they use the designated hitter. Obviously, they're not using it for the pitcher tonight, but it's always nice when a pitcher gets the chance to step up to the plate and do that for himself. It makes it so much easier going onto the mound, knowing you've got the lead and that you've contributed it to yourself like that.
Checks the runner at 1. Sliding back in safe is Faldinsky. As now in the batter's box is Troy Trippenfeldis, the third baseman. Gerhardt checks the runner at 1, and he delivers his first pitch. Ball low and outside as Roth had to make sure to stop that one from getting past him. So Faldinsky
taking a nice little lead there. He looks pretty eager.
Chopper to the shortstop. Advancing runner to 2. They're going to tag and get that out. And then they throw to Wyatt Wheeler at 1, but not in time. So getting on base is Troy Trippenfeldis. 2 outs here, top of the first. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger. We're so glad you've joined us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's a beautiful day for baseball, Mitch. It's a beautiful day for some baseball.
We have had so much luck this week. It has been fantastic. We had great weather in Rochester. Oh, man, it is perfect weather.
Seen some real interesting climatic action this season. It's nice to get some real baseball weather.
Feels great. Gearhart deals the first pitch to Damian Frazier, and it's a chopper right to Wyatt Wheeler for out number 3, and we're going to take a break with him. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust, Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Back here at the launch pad in Union Mills, Indiana. 1 run crosses in the top of the first as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays strike first. And now, stepping into the batter's box for the Winamac Warriors up to bat first is Cash Roth, the catcher. Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger here as we had a great first start to this ball game for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. That big-time triple by Quentin Frazier really set the tone, I think, for them.
Yeah, yes it did, and as he's warming up, Ginder is looking pretty good on the mound, though. It's going to be a good battle tonight, I think, as we progress in this game.
We have not seen Caleb Ginder this season, but we have heard about him. Caleb Ginder, as we look at the stat sheet provided by Max Preps, of course, he is Caleb Ginder. He has a 1.43 ERA. He's 7-3 on the year. and this will be his 11th appearance. He's also saved 7 games throughout this season.
Wow.
So I would say that is why the sophomore Caleb Ginder is getting the call here to start on the mound for the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre. And now we see Winamac starting quarterback from earlier in the fall, Cash Roth, as the leadoff man for the Winamac Warriors step in, and Ginder's going to deal. Swung on first pitch, gets through the gap between third and shortstop, and there's a quick single for Mr. Cash Roth. Swinging on the first pitch tonight. Looks good. Go for it.
Yep. I mean, I've always been a little more of a traditionalist. I like to take that first pitch, but, if you're feeling confident at the plate and you see something that looks good, why waste it? You don't know how many more options you're going to get. Opportunity presents itself. Let it fly.
Ginder checked Roth at 1. He slides back in safe as now he's going to deal the first pitch to Braden Mathias as it's fouled off. Ooh. Almost tracking it down was the left fielder, A.J. Bow. So it stays foul. Braden's going to step back in here for an 0-1 count. Bottom of the first, 1 on, 1-0. The Blue Jays lead over the Winamac Warriors. Ginder deals. Big time hit by Mathias. Back to center field, and that's caught. Great job. And then they overthrow to first as they were trying to get Roth, and now Cash is going to take 2 and stand up in scoring position.
That is some smart base running. He got just far enough to tempt the center fielder without getting himself into the danger zone, force that throw, and he was ready to get back out of the dirt and head to second when the ball went over the first baseman's head like that. So
yeah, Aldrich Harper, the center field, yeah.
Credit to Cash Roth for
baiting.
Cashing in.
I like that. As, the center fielder is Aldrich Harper. Made a good grab. Tried to throw to 1. He just overthrew it. As here's the next pitch. First one to Addison Allen as it's chopped off foul. Next pitch from Ginder. Chopper to third. Hits the third baseman and bounces off of him. This is going to bring the tying run home, and Cash Roth is going to score. Wow, what a play. And a nice job by Addison Allen to make it happen. Third baseman for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Troy Trippenfeldis, almost had it, but it skipped off his glove and bounced off his shoulder, having Quentin Frazier, the shortstop, to try to make the play at first, but not in time.
You hate to see your infielder, especially at third base, lose one like that, but it did take a pretty nasty hop off the dirt there, and I don't know he had much choice in the matter. It would have been a tough play for anyone.
Checks the runner at 1. Sliding in safe, though, is Allen. As we had the tying run just cross a few moments ago here in the bottom of the first, any indication of the start of this game, both of these teams are ready to go.
Yes, they are.
Wheeler, the cleanup hitter, swings on the first offering, and it's a chopper foul. Wheeler, one of the taller individuals on this Winamac Warrior team, a senior, main leader on this team, been playing baseball for the Warriors all 4 years, as I've been told. He steps back in. He's a big boy.
Let's see how much of that he puts behind this at bat here.
They are really keeping an eye on Addison Allen at 1. He's had to slide in a couple, maybe 3 times now.
Well, we've seen the Warriors are not afraid to run, to be smart and aggressive on the base paths. Can't blame Ginder for trying to stay out in front of him. Oh, wow.
And they threw an intentional ball just to get Trey McGowan up on his feet so he could throw it down to the first baseman, Damian Frazier, as they really are keeping an eye on Addison at 1 here. 1-1. Ginder deals, popped up high by Wheeler. It will be played by the first baseman, and it is for out number 2. Great snag by Damian Frazier. That keeps Allen at 1, and now we see the number 5 hitter, Peyton Attinger, designated hitter.
Now batting for the Warriors, the designated hitter, number 2, Peyton Edinger.
Not a bad turnout in the stands this evening for the game, especially for the Warriors who, had to travel a good extra 25, 30 minutes farther than even folks from North Judson did. It's nice to see this out here, seeing this support for these teams.
Well, anticipation at all-time high today. First pitch was swung on and missed by Peyton Edinger. Next one's fouled off to the right, making the count 0-2 here with 2 outs and 1 on here in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 from Ginder. Ball up top. There goes the runner. Allen to 2, and he's going to slide in safely. I think that's why they were keeping their eye on Addison Allen.
I think we all knew that was eventually going to happen during this at-bat, and he's in there pretty easily.
And you really think about it, these two teams have seen each other twice already this season. They kind of know each other at this point. They know what to expect out of each player.
And I think that's going to add a few fireworks to tonight's game before it's all said and done.
1-2 almost snags the jersey of Edinger as he dips out of the way. As now the count is even at 2-2 here. One in scoring position with 2 outs. Ginder kicks and deals. Ball low, great eye by Edinger. My God, I don't know if I'd have let off of that one.
No, I think I probably would have taken my chances on that one.
So that makes the count full as Ginder gets the call from Trey McGowan behind home plate. The payoff. And it's low as that is ball 4, and he walks Peyton Edinger as he takes his base. What an eye there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Warriors are going to do in the base paths now that they've got 2 on, and we've seen how worried, and rightly so, they were about Addison Allen now on second base.
Strike called upper right-hand corner to Connor Burton, the number 6 hitter, second baseman. And now here comes Trey McGowan to have a chat with Caleb Ginder. 2 on for the Warriors. Beautiful day here in Union Mills, Indiana. 72 degrees and sunny, clear skies. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Tonight we will, after this game, the South Bend Career Academy and Wheeler is facing off after our game here. So the winner of this game will be facing the winner of that game as the next offering. Inside from Ginder, ball 1, evening the count at 1-1.
Weather this nice. It's a shame they don't have the lights out in the outfield to get a third game in tonight just for the heck of it.
Next offering from Ginder is low and outside for ball 2. So the 2-1 from Ginder. Low and outside again.
He's really struggling here early.
Well, and the patience from the Warriors, I think, is helping.
Yeah, they got those first 2 down pretty easily. Couple, one at bat with the single to the outfield, one maybe a single, maybe an error. I'm not sure how that was ruled to third base, but his last 2 batters, I feel like he's losing his focus and composure a little earlier than the situation warrants.
Swung on, chopper to 3. They throw over to first to get the out.
That should get him back into a better place mentally.
So only 1 run allowed to cross for the North Judson-St. Pierre Blue Jays as Winamac ties it up here in the bottom of the first. We're going to take a break. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joas Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. We go to the top of the second. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger, as we have a tie ball game. It's 1-1. Both teams have scored in the first, as we still see Max Gerhardt on the mound for the Winamac Warriors. And we will see for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays stepping into the batter's box here, waiting for the number.
We got the catcher coming up, Trey McGowan.
Trey McGowan, which I saw you waving to Dan McGowan a little bit ago. Of course, we know Danny McGowan, or related
Everybody
to Chris
knows
McGowan.
Danny McGowan.
So
Danny and I graduated together.
Oh, really? Well, he was our first Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Year. As wanted to give a shout out to him, and of course Chris McGowan, his older brother. Always appreciate Chris when he can help out. And we'll see him Saturday morning on the Saturday Sports Line. As the first offering to McGowan is a strike called. Next one from Gerhardt.
And Gerhardt was looking pretty good in his pre-inning warm-ups. Looks like he's feeling good on the mound this afternoon.
Got through the first inning. Only allowed 1 run. And then the Blue Jays did the same, or the Winamac Warriors did the same to the Blue Jays in the bottom. As the next pitch from Gerhardt, swing and a miss by McGowan, makes the count 1-2. Gerhardt set to deal the 1-2. Little outside that time.
Yeah, Danny Lee and his wife Amber were both classmates of mine, and if I recall correctly, Amber was on that very first Lady Jays softball team when they finally got the program started back in the late 90s.
Wow. Connecting the dots.
Oh,
2-2 from Gerhardt. Gets away from him, and that's going to hit Trey McGowan. So he will take his free base with no outs in the top of the second. This brings up Brock Benson, the designated hitter.
Ready for the Blue Jays, number 14, Brock Benson.
You had an interesting Brock Benson story. Because you're the voice of the Lady Blue Jays.
It may or may not be the case, and it might be coincidental. I'm not going to say it is or isn't. That Brock and his girlfriend both wear the number 14.
Wow. So they share the same number at North Judson-San Pierre. As Benson steps back in, a little interesting factoid there. I like it. First pitch, called strike to Benson.
That one had a little movement on it, and that looked pretty good.
So that makes it 0-1 here. Yeah, Gerhardt has a really good breaking ball. Same as Wyatt Wheeler. They go back and forth a lot. The 0-1 from Gerhardt. Popped up high, back to left field, trying to make a play on it, and he will for out number 1. Left fielder for the Warriors. That is Maddox Buzinski. Great job finding it and dealing with the elements. You know, we've seen some times throughout this season, one game that comes to mind was Culver. The sun was so bright, the outfield couldn't keep an eye on the ball. They lose track of it. So you're having to deal with the sun tonight. As now we're going to see A.J. Bow step in. There goes the runner at 1. Trey McGowan sliding into 2. He's safe.
I think that throw beat him, but I think he just was able to slide behind that tag.
Very close as the shortstop, number 23, Braden Mathias, comes over to pick it off from Cash Roth behind home plate and try to tag Trey, but he's like you said, very nimble, slides around it.
I think if Matthias might have been able to stay back another foot or two, that would have been a closer play, but Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position. No.
Yeah, one on. So one in scoring position with one out. 1-0 count for Gerhardt. Up top that time to A.J. Bow for ball 2.
A.J. here is another one of the kids who was playing youth league when I was umpiring once upon a time. I think I had him when he was playing T-ball.
Really?
Yep.
How many stories do you have?
More than I can share.
More than I can share. Well, you said last week, you said, well, how could I be so lucky, Mitch? 3 balls, no strikes from Max Gerhardt to A.J. Bow as he kicks and deals. And he's going to walk A.J. Bow, so Bow takes his base now with 2 on and 1 out. Top of the second, this sees the number 9 hitter, Noah Radke, the right fielder, step in.
For the Blue Jays, right fielder number 5, Noah Radke.
So we'll see what Radke has to offer us this evening in the batter's box as Gerhardt is set to deal his first pitch.
I don't know that I've ever met someone with the last name Radke who wasn't an athlete. Whole family, brothers, cousins now, the next generation.
And
Russ Radke, obviously.
Yeah, right.
One of the most famous coaches in Indiana football.
0-1 the count for Gerhardt to Noah Radke. Takes a ball up top, evening it up. As Radke's a .226 batting average on the year. This is his 64th plate appearance, first of the afternoon, 64th of the season. He has 10 RBIs, 12 hits, and 20 runs. We'll see if he can add to that here with 2 on. 1 in scoring position. The 1-1. Swung on and foul tip, hits the fence behind him. So 1-2 the count now. Gerhardt checks the runner at 2. And he's going to throw the pitch. Fouled up over our heads behind us.
You know, with the shortstop and second baseman both sort of circling towards the bag, alternating, keeping the runner on, they're leaving some decent gaps there to shortstop or second base side. Radke might find a hole.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about there as he takes the next one, ball up top. So now the count, 2-2 here for Noah Radke. Ball 3. So now full count as both teams at the plate are showing their patience this afternoon. And on deck is waiting the top of the batting order, Aldrich Harper. The payoff.
Well, he's still fighting. He is fighting. That's the third foul ball of the at-bat thus far.
Having to dig in here is Noah Radke. This is a battle here between him and Max Gerhardt, having a little go at each other. The number 9 hitter not going down easily as here's the 3-2. Finds the zone.
And I don't think Radke liked that call one bit.
Well, breaking ball got him up top right-hand corner, so nice placement by Max Gerhardt as he retires Noah Radke for out number 2. Now we see Aldrich Harper, the center fielder, step in for his second plate appearance of the afternoon.
Took it straight out to center field, the first pitch of the game. We'll see if he sits and waits a little bit or if he's going to be as aggressive as he was the first time around.
471 on the year as he takes a ball low. This is his 114th plate appearance of the year. He has 22 RBIs on the season, with 1 in scoring position and a chance to add to that here. Gerhardt's going to step off the bump here, and now comes Cash Roth to have a chat. getting hungry here. Let's go. That's what he's saying. I'm getting hungry. Let's get back to the dugout. Get that third out.
I think it's like, come on, man. My parents are here, and they want to see some action.
Yeah, come on. Gerhardt steps back on the bump. And Harper's going to step back in here for 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. Top of the second. Gerhardt. Oh, they're going to throw to 2. And great job by sliding back in is Trey McGowan. He didn't fall for that one bit.
He's doing a little jig out there at second base.
Got a lot of dirt. He slid in face first. His jersey and pants are all dirtied up now. Gerhardt's pitch inside to Harper. Good eye there. 2-0 the count now for Aldrich. All-around athlete is Aldrich Harper for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Played football, basketball, baseball.
Oh,
strike called lower right-hand corner. That's where Max Gerhardt has really done well in the right portion of the plate this afternoon so far, from what I can tell. Working outside the zone and right there on the corners.
If you can be consistent, you're going to get some of those calls. And
inside, and you saw Aldrich Harper kind of lean in a little bit, almost wanting to take it.
You know what they say, Mitch?
Wear it. Like Paul Dunn always says. I'll have to get with Paul. He's at the Culver Cavaliers baseball game. I think they're taking on the Oregon Davis Bobcats. We'll get an update on that game here shortly. As the 3-1 from Gerhardt. He's going to walk Aldrich Harper, and now the bases are loaded. This is not a situation you want to be in with Quentin Frazier stepping into the batter's box here.
But if you're Quentin Frazier, I think this is exactly the situation you want to find for yourself.
So this is a big-time opportunity for Frazier. In the first inning, he was able to get a triple. And this guy, one of the better hitters in our area, as he steps in, very confident stance. You see his left foot there on the inside line of the batter's box. I would have been more on the outside of the batter's box.
You know?
I mean, I'm thinking, my gosh, man, what are you doing?
I think he is telling Max Gerhardt, bring it.
Bring it. 1-0 the count to Quentin Frazier, and Gerhardt takes his time, kicks and deals. Swung on the next pitch, chopped off foul, right back to the Winamac Warriors
and it's kind of like
dugout.
watching T-ball when you see the hitter field his own foul ball like that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that swing said, I'm ready to take it somewhere. Just didn't quite get enough of it, and he'll step back in.
Frazier keeping that left foot on the inside line of the batter's box. I mean, it's right there off the plate, up front and center. The 1-1. Good eye from Frazier, up top and away. Left-hander to right-hander here as Frazier bats left. Gerhardt throws right. Frazier has 34 RBIs on the season up to this point. Rips one foul out of play. Staying alive, keeping the count at 2-2. 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the second. It's 1-1 here in Sectional 34 action at Union Mills, Indiana, between the Winamac Warriors and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger. So glad you've joined us. The 2-2 from Gerhardt. Chopper to first. Wyatt Wheeler gloves it, and he's going to tap the bag for out number 3 as the Warriors get out of that inning, and we're going to take a break. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. We also thank Farm Fertilizers for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. We go to the bottom of the second as the Winamac Warriors are going to step into the batter's box. It is a 1-all ball game here. We saw both teams cross a run in the first inning. The Blue Jays were on the verge of crossing another run there in the top of the second, but the Warriors were able to get out, and now here we are going to the bottom for the Warriors' chances. We're going to see step into the batter's box, I believe it is Max Gerhardt.
Coming up to try to give himself a little support.
So
really hate to see bases loaded and leave those men on base like that. That was a tough end to that inning for the Blue Jays.
Tough for the Blue Jays, but
quite the break for the Warriors.
I mean, that's not a situation you want to be in with the bases loaded and Quentin Frazier stepping on.
But Gerhardt got himself out of that jam, and that's what you want to see.
So getting right to work is Caleb Ginder as he's going to deal to Max Gerhardt. A chopper to second. Gerhardt's going to try to get there, but not in time as he is going to be out. Great glove by the second baseman of North Judson-San, Pierre, David Rasa, and he gets it over to first, Damian Frazier. You know, David Rasa was one of our Tyler Roth WKBI Athletes of the Week in the fall for cross country. He is in track as well. So not only is he in track, he is also in baseball, and we were wondering if we were going to see him here tonight. As you know, sectionals were just last week for the boys track and field team, as here chasing it down is Quentin Frazier, running so fast his hat falls off, but he couldn't track it down in time. He ran the third baseman and the left fielder to get there. And then he picks up his hat 50 feet away. Man, this guy puts everything on the line, as that's another strike, making it 0-1 here.
And you know, that's something you would like to see. In my life, I've seen a few athletes at the high school level who are just some of the most naturally gifted players I've seen, who just couldn't be bothered to put in more than the bare minimum. So to see Frazier just take off like that on a foul ball and try to get that extra out like that, to steal it away from the Warriors, that's impressive.
So a couple of pitches go ball here to Maddox Buzinski, the left fielder, stepping in for his first plate appearance of the afternoon. Ginder kicks and deals, ball outside into the dirt. Good eye there. Buzinski, one of those athletes we've talked about before. He played football for Winamac. All-round athlete. I believe he wrestled in the winter. Swung on and missed. Next pitch, evening it up at 2-2 here. You know, both of these teams have several sport athletes. That's something that's not uncommon in this area, I've found out throughout this year. The 2-2 inside, and moving out of the way was Buzinski, the number 8 hitter. So on deck is John Malco, another one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week.
Oh.
Full count, sees a strike.
I don't think he liked that call, but
yeah, he didn't swing at it.
Schellinger, he's been calling that.
So that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. As now we see John Malco, the right fielder.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this Malco's first year playing baseball?
That's what I have been told. And, you know, Malco, the name from Winamac, you know, you always know one of the athletes from that area. But he did so well in basketball season. He had to deal with a ACL injury for most of the season, but then he came back late and had a stretch of basketball games where he was scoring plus 25 points, getting a double-double, 10-plus rebounds. It was incredible what kind of run he went on, and that's why we named him our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week. As here's the next pitch offered, swung on and missed. He's behind the count now, 0-2. Had a chance to talk to him a couple weeks ago when they took on the Knox Redskins, and I said, so I didn't know you were on the baseball team, and he said, yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot.
Oh, good for him.
The 0-2 from Ginder, and he steps off the bump real quick, resets, And now John Malco's going to step out of the box. Some head games going on
You
here.
know, and I was just going to say, this is one of the things that bothers me about the MLB pitch clock is that you don't get to play these head games. You don't get to mess with each other and make each other lose focus and have to refocus and figure out what you're doing.
And there, Ginder slips on the mound as he's delivering the pitch. It's ball. Couldn't get his footing down. You know, we were seeing some of that last night as Emma Fitzhugh, the pitcher on the mound for the Lewis Cass Lady King, she was taking extremely long between each pitches. As here's a foul by John Malco. Got a piece of it, but it ends up in the road.
Wow, that one just about made its way all the way up to Laporte, I think. He had everything he had behind that one.
2-2 the count with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Ginder deals. Strike, lower right-hand corner, and that is out number 3 as we're going to take a break to come back for the top of the third. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Welcome to Marion University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marion University. Marion's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marion University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News & World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marion.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marion.edu/Ancilla.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. Spring is here. Get your boat serviced and ready for the summer. Call them at 574-842-5000. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. We go to the top of the third. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger. Both teams were not able to bring a run across in the second. They were able to in the first. So now we enter the third.
We'll see if Ginder can put some runs on and get something started for himself.
Yeah, so Caleb Ginder, the pitcher, stepping into the batter's box and facing Max Gerhardt for the first pitch. Breaking ball just didn't quite break as low as Gerhardt wanted, so it's up top, ball 1. Game started out fast, and now it's settling in. Next pitch from Gerhardt to outside ball.
And Caleb took one to center field. Nice little poke in the first inning.
2-0 from Gerhardt. Up top and out for ball 3. So 3 balls in a row here, Nathan.
You know, tensions, I think nerves are running high. It's North Judson. You know, Winamac's lost twice, came so close that second time at sectionals.
And he's going to walk Caleb Ginder, so great patience by Caleb Ginder. And here comes head coach Mark Kendricks to have a chat with Max Gerhardt. And like we talked in the pregame.
Yeah, we got a courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher.
Nate Faldzinski.
Yep, Faldzinski's back in.
So, yeah, he's chatting with Max Gerhardt just to give him his confidence up. But like we talked in the pregame, Mark Hendricks told us early on in the season he doesn't like his pitchers to go more than 3 innings at most to kind of change things up on the opposing team, to give them a different look. As we are in the third, he just checks on Max, though, with a runner on. Nobody out. And stepping in for the Blue Jays.
It's Trippenfeldis, I believe.
Trippenfeldis,
third baseman.
Yep, Troy Trippenfeldis, the cleanup hitter.
I believe that is a good, solid Lithuanian last name there, Trippenfeldis.
Really?
Yep. Let's just hope he doesn't round first and Trippenfeldis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to every Trippenfeldis I know for that one.
Next pitch, swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1 here for Trippenfeldis. Lithuania?
I think so. I might be wrong, but I believe it is. Huh. Just like Harold Walter Bain
yeah,
Luxemburger. I don't know why I know this.
I didn't get a chance to ask him on that. I swung on and missed.
I've got some really, really weird trivia locked up here.
I meant to ask him because I wanted to know how you figured that out.
We just find each other, you know.
Because you said your family's from Luxembourg. And next pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout. Going down swinging is the cleanup hitter, Troy Trippenfeldis. You said that you believe Harold's family hails from Luxembourg.
Yep.
Luxembourg?
I think it depends on how fancy you're feeling.
Well, I wanted to ask you. I wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Luxembourg, I think, but it's spelled like it's spelled in English like it would be Borg.
Next pitch, first one to Damian Frazier is low and inside for ball one with 1 out and 1 on. Top of the third.
Grounded over to first time up. Sure he'd like to make up for that with something a little more substantial this time around.
Next pitch, low and in the dirt, gets away from Cash Roth, and here comes the courtesy runner. He's going to take two, and sliding in safe is Nate Faldzinski.
Faldzinski kind of hesitated there for a second.
He wasn't sure, and now Cash Roth is injured there, and here comes head coach Mark Hendricks to see what's up with him. As he looks like he is in serious pain.
That is quite the grimace.
He's laying on his stomach. Mark Hendricks is telling him to stay down. Don't move too much here. As here comes the trainer.
It's Danielle McIntyre, is that right?
Yes, thank you. She was here first when I arrived. She let me in the clubhouse here as she's checking on Cash Roth here. I didn't see what would have caused it. I guess I wasn't paying attention to him. As here he's going to sit up. I wasn't sure if
I think right now the way he's acting, he's as much mad at himself on that last play as he is
It must have just been a freak accident, really, because he got up from his stance and went to the infield to pick the ball up, and he got the throw to two just fine. Something happened after the throw there that we just weren't paying attention to. So he's sitting up right now, going over things with Danielle McIntyre, the trainer here at South Central. Hope it's nothing serious.
No, you hate to see him down for this long without any sort of action.
Excellent, yeah. Well, we do want to remind you today's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Also, Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall.
5 Star in the Knox Mall. Many, many years ago, Ted Hayes interviewed me for the radio when I was graduating high school, and I made sure to get an in the Knox Mall out of him during that conversation. And Cash Roth is up and walking himself to the dugout, but it looks like he will be leaving the game. Glad to see that he is on his own 2 feet and not needing any assistance, but it looks like his night is over.
Well, it looked like she was checking his neck. And, you know, anything these days when head injuries are involved, it's taken very, very seriously. Used to, you'd shake it off and be back into the game. Now, any sign doesn't look right, you cannot come back to play. So we'll see what happens here as Cash Roth goes back to the dugout. We'll most likely see a substitution for the catching position for the Winamac Warriors as where we left off, it was Damian Frazier, the first baseman, number 5 hitter in the box. The count is 2-0. And, one thing we didn't talk about at his first at-bat, Frazier, a junior, a .319 batting average, which is really quite respectable.
Yeah.
20 RBIs on the year, 23 hits, and 18 runs. Frazier, you can only imagine, must be related to Quentin.
Yeah. Yep. There are a handful of Fraziers associated with this team.
This is Cash Roth.
And it looks like he might be staying in the game after all. That is really reassuring to see.
So, good news. He goes back to the dugout. Looks like Max Gerhardt comes to check on his man. And Cash is going to be fine. So we're going to come back to play here with nobody on, or one on in scoring position at second base.
That's and that is Ginder who's out there. Or I'm sorry, it's Faldzinski running for Ginder.
Right. So Faldzinski at 2 in scoring position, and now stepping in the left-handed hitter is Damian Frazier. Left-hander to right-hander here. 2 balls, no strikes. Gerhardt set to get us back underway here in Union Mills. Low and hits the dirt. Looks like Cash is doing okay.
I think so. Let's hope it stays that way.
So 3-0 count, 3 balls in a row from Gerhardt. He's going to have to find the zone here to Damian Frazier. Checks the runner at 2. Now he deals. That time,
looks like he
strike
painted
call.
the outside corner with that one.
(3-1) from Max Gerhardt. Misses outside, as that is going to walk Damian Frazier and bring in the number 6 hitter, Trey McGowan, who I believe he was able to get on base his first at bat.
He took one right on the side.
Oh, that's right, yeah, hit by pitch. So McGowan, a .333 batting average on the year, his 93rd plate appearance of the season. He takes strike 1. Second plate appearance of the afternoon. He has 15 RBIs, 23 hits, and 28 runs with a runner in scoring position. An opportunity to add to that here for him. The 0-1. Swung on and missed.
I think he might have regretted that swing. He didn't get much extension on that. Jammed him a little.
Top of the third here in Union Mills. 0-2 count. Gerhardt deals. Fouled off. Keeps the count at 0-2 here. Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger. We're so glad you've joined us here on this beautiful Wednesday, May evening.
It is, as I have said, a great day for baseball.
Perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful weather.
0-2 from Gerhardt. Now he's going to step off the bump.
I think he was getting a little nervous about Faldzinski there at second base. Probably with good reason. The Blue Jays have not been afraid to dance a little in the base paths.
Ball up top from Gerhardt. Quick score update from the Oregon Davis Bobcats and the Culver Cavaliers sectional action game going on right now. 4-3 as Culver is in the lead, top of the 6th. So that game is creeping right along. Next pitch swung on and fouled off by McGowan. Staying alive here. Shout out to Paul Dunn for sending me that information.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. And look it out along the left field line. You were talking about the South Central athletic director, North Judson's very own Mike Sharkowski, made the trip out with the family today, it looks like.
Oh, is Mike here today?
He sure is.
Oh, good.
And his daughter seems to be running wild right now.
Next pitch gets past Cash Roth, and that's going to advance both runners. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. And Trey McGowan is making a day of this at bat here.
He's really putting up a fight.
Yeah, there he is, Mike Sharkozy. Good eye. 2-2 the count. Max Gearhart sets to deal. Oh, and it's going to hit Trey McGowan. He hits him again.
Oh, man.
So Trey has gotten on base, and he's got a couple of bruises to show for it.
You know, he's a McGowan. I feel like this is just what he's meant to do, is get on any way possible. And if that
Brute
means
force.
Yeah.
Get the job done. Whatever it takes.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
So that's one out. Oh,
looks like it's going to be it for Gerhardt.
Oh, man. No, check the runner at 1 here. Trey McGowan is really rubbing his elbow now.
This one might have been a little bit.
We shouldn't have been joking there, because now it looks
a little
like
harsher than that first.
Yeah,
the first one he took.
He is really holding his arm here. And then it looks like we are going
Addison
to see
Allen.
Yeah, we will see Addison Allen step on the mound for the Warriors. So we'll keep an eye on Trey here
now pitching for the Warriors,
down the first base line,
Addison Allen,
as he is really holding his arm.
Looks like he's getting a little help there from his teammate, from Frazier out there. And Coach Paulie Frazier's out there with him.
You just saw head coach Ray Frazier check in on Cash Roth. He asked him, "Are you good, bub?" And Cash said, "Yeah, I'm fine." It was good sportsmanship by both clubs. You know, we talked with head coach Mark Hendricks and Ray Frazier in the pregame show. Mark Hendricks told us on the Saturday Sports Line that he's known Ray Frazier a long time. They go way back, and Ray Frazier said, "Yeah, I know what I'm going to expect to see out of Mark Hendricks." So these guys know each other. Competitors on the field, but respect each other, that's for sure.
Looks like Gerhardt is heading to second base now. And Burton has replaced Addison Allen in center field.
Thank you. So we're going to see Addison Allen for the second time this season. We saw him pitch where Max Gerhardt actually relieved him. So
Brock Benson will be the first Blue Jay to face Allen.
Yeah, so he'll see Brock Benson, the designated hitter, which might be why Mark Hendricks decided this was the moment to make it happen. You still see Trey McGowan rubbing his elbow. Must have just hit the funny bone there. So Cash Roth gets a quick word with Addison before they let Brock step into the box. And now Addison's going to step on the mound, a left-handed pitcher. Left-hander to right-hander as Brock Benson swings right. One out, bases loaded. Ball up top here.
And Benson flew out to the left fielder his last time up. Give a quick shout-out to my friend Corbin Wingett, who was listening to us down the softball game in Winamac last week up in Michigan. He's listening again today.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Glad to have him.
I guess the
listen.
stream's up and running.
The stream is up and running.
Thanks,
Technology.
Corey. Appreciate the confirmation.
Thank you, Corbin. We're glad you're listening.
Corbin, thank you.
Oh. I'm not sure if Benson didn't like that call or just didn't think it was his pitch, but he's shaking his head up at home plate after that strike.
Yeah, Brock Benson, he's got 14 RBIs on the year. This is a big opportunity with the bases jacked. Next pitch from Allen outside. I think that evens it up there at 2-2 here. Two from Addison Allen. Strike called.
Ooh.
And going down looking is Brock Benson, and Addison Allen takes care of out number 2 here with the bases loaded. And we are going to see A.J. Bow, the left fielder, step in for his second appearance of the evening. A.J. Bow, a .319 batting average on the year. He takes the first pitch for a ball called.
Got himself to first base on a walk last time up.
He has 10 RBIs, 15 hits, and 11 runs on the year. Swung on the next pitch, evening it up at 1-1. How long you known Corbin?
Just a couple of years. He's one of the friends I've got from the wide world of the internet.
Sure.
You know, friends of friends, that sort of thing, mutual musical interests.
Foul tip. I got to say, you are hilarious on Facebook. You are hilarious on Facebook.
I try to keep it interesting.
Anita Gooden and I were reading through it the other day, and you have some funny comments.
Life's too short to be too boring.
I'm pretty sure there was this one comment, and she had said something to you, and you said, "Have we even met?" That was a great comment. Have we even met?
And Bow here is really fighting to keep alive with the bases loaded. He's had a couple of chops that looked like if he had gotten enough of them, they might have been on their way.
Here's another one popped up
That one
high.
is too high.
Aiden Jimenez is calling for it to be his, and it is for out number 3. And the bases were loaded, and the runners were left stranded again for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. The Winamac Warriors are putting up a fight here in round 1 of Sectional 34. We are going to take a break and come back for the bottom of the 3rd. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Wanting something more sporty? Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
Continuing the tradition here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI, I'm Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Nathan Orger. So glad you've joined us here on this beautiful Wednesday, May evening in Union Mills, Indiana. 71 degrees and sunny, clear skies. It feels like God turned on the AC for us out here as we are going to see step into the batter's box. Yeah, top of the order for the Winamac Warriors. It's Cash Roth, the catcher, who we were worried wasn't going to come back for this game. Interesting injury he had a little bit ago, but it looks like he is just fine now as Caleb Ginder still on the mound for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. And here's a rip by Cash Roth, and it's going to drop in front of the center fielder. So swung on the first pitch, and he's going to get a single.
He did not waste any time showing us that he is feeling up to being in this game still. Nice little duck snort into left center. Get things going.
So now Braden Mathias steps into the batter's box. Mathias, his second plate appearance of the afternoon.
Took one to center field last time.
Chopper to shortstop. Here comes Roth the 2. They're going to tag him out, and then they throw over to first for the double play, but not in time. So that gets the advancing runner of Cash Roth out at 2, but keeps the runner at first with 1 out, 1 on. We are going to see the number 3 hitter, Addison Allen.
Yeah, new pitcher coming in to hit.
Addison Allen.
So he steps into the box, and Caleb Ginder is set to deal. Ooh, a little breaking ball action there.
That was pretty.
So it finds the zone there for Ginder. He's got an interesting cadence that he goes through. You see he's got the ball behind his back with his mid on his left hip. Now he throws over to first to check the runner.
He's got a pretty quick move there.
He does have a pretty quick move, and if you watch him here, he's got the ball behind his back. Every time I want to explain it, he throws over to first. He's got the ball behind his back, and then it's interesting what he does is you've seen some major league players do this move right here. Watch him. He takes the ball from the back, pulls it. Now he looks down. You see what I mean? And he just goes from looking down to coming right at you. Interesting mechanics there from Ginder as the next pitch finds the zone. On the count. Ginder to deal. Swung on by Addison Allen. It's popped up high and out of play.
That one had a little bit of a nice break to it as well and landed itself out the right field fence.
Got a little piece of it there. So Allen steps back in. He was just subbed in for the pitching duties of Max Gerhardt in the top of the third here. Ooh, next pitch from Ginder gets away from him, almost hits the head of Allen. He had to dip out of the way. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
They are really worried about Braden Mathias there at first base with McGowan launching one down to Frazier, trying to catch him snoozing.
Ginder, the 2-2. Tried a breaking ball, but it misses inside and up. So that makes the count full for Caleb Ginder to Addison Allen here in the bottom of the third. 1-1, a tie ball game here in round 1 of Sectional 34 in Union Mills, Indiana at the launch pad. Caleb Ginder, the payoff. Low and outside, and that's going to walk Addison Allen. He stayed patient there. Now we're going to see Wyatt Wheeler, the big man, step into the box with 1 in scoring position, 2 on in total, 1 out. This is an opportunity for the Warriors to make something happen.
Yeah, it really, really is. Wheeler took it to first base, for pop in the air last time. I think he'd like to probably get a little more distance on it this time. Help the team out.
First pitch from Ginder finds
Addison
the
Allen
zone.
out there, give him a little comfort, a little breathing room.
So Ginder gets right to work, dotting his I for a strike. Set to deal the next pitch to Wyatt Wheeler. Swung on, and it'll be gloved by Quentin Frazier. He's going to touch the bag on 2, throw over to 1 for the double, but not in time.
Damian off the base, tried to get back in time, but wasn't quite able to make it happen.
So Quentin gets the advancing runner of Addison Allen trying to get to 2, tags the base as he picks up the ball, and then he throws over to 1 to Damian Frazier, but not in time, and getting there safely is Wyatt Wheeler. So runners on the corners for the Winamac Warriors here, as now we see number 2, Peyton Addinger, the number 5 hitter, designated hitter of the Winamac Warriors.
Man on first and third. He's got that guy in just 90 feet away from giving the Warriors a lead.
And he steps off the bump, and Addinger steps out of the box. Quick score update, top of the 7th in Culver, 4-3 as the Culver Cavaliers lead over the Oregon Davis Bobcats in round 1 of their sectional. As back in our game, Ginder deals the next pitch to Peyton Addinger, low and away for ball 1. That game's moving right along there in Culver.
Sounds like it. Glad to have Paul Dunn up, keeping us apprised of what's happening over there.
Oh, they throw over to first to try to get Wyatt, and they thought they had it, but no.
I don't think the Blue Jays are too happy with that call.
Well, and they've got 3 umpires. Usually throughout the season, we've only seen 2. 3 umpires in the field for this sectional action. Oh, they throw over to 1 again and try to get Wyatt, but not in time, and Ginder's upset.
No, I couldn't quite tell if he had the tag down in time, but it doesn't look like the first base umpire's got the best vantage point to be making that call right now. Not the way he's putting that tag down in the front of Wheeler.
Here's a slicer up the center. Quentin Frazier grabs it, tags 2, and that's out number 3, as we'll be back for the top of the 4th. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-1, as it's a tie ball game. Quick score update as the West Central Trojans Baseball Club took a big-time win to North White, 3-2. So the West Central Trojans will play the winner of Caston and Southwood this Saturday morning. So we congratulate the West Central Trojans Baseball Club on opening their sectional up with a big-time win. Shout out to Paul Hedinger from the Pulaski County Journal sharing that information with me. As back in our game, Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger. We see number 5, Noah Radke, in the batter's box for his second plate appearance.
He's taken 2 balls on the outside.
Now 3. So now 3 balls he's taken. So now behind the count is Addison Allen, as he was brought in to relieve Max Gearhart in the last inning. He deals the 3-0. First, that next pitch there is the first strike called, making it 3-1.
Radke watched strike 3 fly by him, his first at bat. Perhaps time for a little redemption for the kid, and he'll take a base on balls.
So that walks Noah Radke, and now we go back to the top of the batting order. For the third time, we will see Aldrich Harper, the center fielder.
Blue Jays center fielder, number 11, Aldrich Harper.
Allen checks the runner at 1. Now he deals the first pitch to Aldrich Harper.
I think Harper was teasing a little bit of a bunt there.
Might be trying to advance Noah Radke to 2. He is showing bunt. Now he pulls it back for ball 2. Allen, left-handed pitcher, right-handed to left-hander here as Aldrich is right. Ball up top for ball 3. So maybe playing a little mind game here, using the bunt.
Any advantage you can find for yourself, you find it, you use it. Mess with the pitcher, mess with his rhythm, his focus, and get yourself a walk.
Inside, and that's going to walk the second batter in a row to start the 4th inning as Aldrich Harper takes his base. And again, here we go. This brings in Quentin Frazier.
Frazier has pulled both times at the plate, a single to right field and an unassisted put out by the first baseman in the 3rd inning.
First pitch offered to Quentin Frazier.
Just like last time, there he is right over the plate. He is as close as you can be.
He is darn near on the plate. As the next pitch offered is another ball, making it 2-0 here for Quentin Frazier with 2 on and nobody out. Top of the 4th. This is an opportunity to strike for the Blue Jays. Swung on and missed as that's strike number 1. Good cut from Frazier. Better pitch from Allen. 2-1 from Addison Allen to Quentin Frazier. No, he checks the runner at 1.
Oh.
Now it's mishandled by Wyatt Wheeler. He throws over to 3, and they're going to make the tag.
Oh.
So Noah Radke tried to advance to 3 off the mishandle by Wyatt Wheeler at 1, and Wheeler's able to throw over to 3, and Aiden Jimenez makes the grab to get out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. So now just one runner on, and it's at first base.
That is not a play you really expect to see too often. The 3-5.
Yeah.
I appreciate Radke's aggressiveness on the base paths, but Wheeler was on top of that, and
he threw a line drive.
Yes,
a frozen rope right to Aiden Jimenez. As here's the 3-1 to Quentin Frazier.
And now that we've seen Jimenez make that play, we are supposed to mention Tippy's in beautiful downtown Winamac. His mother, Sheila, is the proprietor of that, as well as being a member of the county council and my board president.
Oh, very nice.
So I figured if I didn't mention Tippy's at some point, I'd be, at risk of some sort of performance review.
Maybe she'll want to sponsor sports.
That, or if she's not happy with me, I might have to ask you for a full-time job.
We are hiring.
Unfortunately, I've got a face for radio and a voice for silent films.
Full count as the payoff sees a popped-up foul high, and trying to make a play is left fielder Maddox Buzinski, but no. So sticking in there is Quentin Frazier. He's going to have another go at it here with a full count, 1 out. (3-2) from Allen. Ooh, misses high up top. That's, I believe, going to walk him, isn't it? Wasn't the count full?
Apparently it was 2-2. That one
so it
just
was
about sent him to
2-2.
first base anyway.
I know, it almost hit him in the head. So now it's 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout. There goes Aldrich Harper to 2, and he's going to take it on the swing and a miss by Quentin Frazier as he goes down swinging. But Aldrich Harper is now in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. It's 1-1 still. The Winamac Warriors and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays are taking this one down to the wire here.
And here comes Caleb Ginder. Singled to center his first time up, and he got first on a walk in the 3rd inning.
First pitch from Allen to Ginder is a called strike in the zone there. Checks the runner at 2, and now he's going to deliver his pitch, missing up top for ball 1. (1-1) here with 2 outs, top of the 4th. Runner in scoring position. Good eye there by Caleb Ginder, making it 2-1 now.
Ginder could really use a little help from himself right now going into the Winamac 4th. 1-1 tie isn't much protection.
No. Both of these teams started out hot, and now they felt each other out. They know what each other has.
Oh, and that's off the umpire's mask.
So Bob Schellinger shaking off the dust there on that one. He wanted me to give a big-time shout-out to Harold Welter. He told me to tell Harold hello. I know you're listening, Harold. Bob Schellinger says hello. As here's the full count. Swung on, big hit from Caleb Ginder back to deep left center field. And it's going to be played by the center fielder.
Connor Burton with the steal.
So that's out number 3, and the Winamac Warriors get out of the inning as this is the 4th inning stretch. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is part of the broadcast this evening. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. Serving the local area since 1936. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Back for more as we just finished the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 4th inning stretch. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger here as we go to the bottom of the 4th tie ball game here. As things have settled down, we are seeing a very, very serious ball game between the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors.
Yes, we are. Little disappointing to see how many runners both have left on base, especially how many the Blue Jays have left in scoring position. I got to tell you, though, took my brain a few seconds there to register that last play. You know, after a season of watching softball games where in North Judson the center field fence is about 195 feet, I think.
This is deep here.
Baseball field. It took a minute for me to remember how much deeper the dimensions are on a baseball field. That would have been home run 3 times over on the softball field.
For sure. First pitch swung on by number 4, Connor Burton, over the center fielder's head of Aldrich Harper. He's digging for 2. Now he's going to turn for 3. Here comes Connor, a triple. He's going to stand in easily. Big time hit and a triple for Connor Burton, as now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for the Winamac Warriors here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-1. And they saw the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays' Quentin Frazier do that. Now Connor Burton saying, I can do that as well, Mr. Frazier. Wow.
Yeah, and here comes Gerhardt. See if he can get him those last 90 feet.
So Max Gerhardt steps in with 1 on, nobody out. First pitch, and what a swing it was. Ginder to deal.
Oh! That one looked like it hurt right off of the elbow.
So that hits Max Gerhardt in the elbow. You just see him mouthing the words, "oh," as he got hit. And you heard the crowd in the background as well. Everyone shared that feeling as he's going to take his free base. And now we're going to see Maddox Buzinski step into the batter's box.
And Rabe is coming out to talk with his pitcher. And will this be the end for Caleb Ginder?
We'll see here. We'll see what Ray Frazier is thinking. And this is exactly what head coach Ray Frazier was telling me last week when we saw them against the Knox Redskins. He told me after we did the pregame interview, he was worried about Winamac facing them in the first game of sectionals. And I said, well, I thought you guys took care of business in both games throughout the season. He said, yeah, but he said Mark Hendricks has got his boys hot at the right time here late in the season. And he said, you never want to get caught with your pants down, especially here, and it's win or go home. You can win the conference. You can be outright HNAC conference champions, but do you want to be HNAC conference champions and lose the first game of sectionals? I don't think that's the way the Blue Jays want to go out. And I think Ray Frazier is conscious of that. He knows that, and that's why he's out there talking to Caleb Ginder.
Yep, but it looks like he's still got some faith in Ginder. He's going to stay on the mound.
So Ginder's going to stay. Now he steps off the bump to check the runners. So, yeah, just a little bit of a confidence boost for Ray Frazier to Caleb Ginder here on the mound as we are in the bottom of the 4th with runners in the corners for the Winamac Warriors and Maddox Buzinski in the box. Swings on, first pitch offered, popped up high. Third baseman trying to make a play on it, but no, and it will be out of play.
I just want to know why Mike Sharkowski didn't dive for that one. That was right in his part of the foul area.
He's dealing with the little ones.
There are no excuses for that, Sharkozy.
He's got his daughter over his shoulder. Oh, man. You know, I've still yet to get him in an interview. I would tell him in football, hey, at halftime, come up and talk to us. Never did. Basketball, hey, come up here and talk to us. Never did. But he's just so busy every time we go to North Judson. I've never been able to actually get a chance to talk to him.
And McGowan tries to pick off number 7, Max Gerhardt, out at first base. We'll have to have a talk with Sarkozy about that.
So 0-2 the count here to Maddox Buzinski. As Caleb Ginder pitching very well for the Blue Jays up to this point. Steps off the bump, checks the runners. Definitely can feel the game has slowed down compared to a regular season game.
And Ginder pitches out.
Ball up top, making it 1-2. Of all the baseball games we've broadcast, they usually roll along fairly quickly, but today with what's on the line, each pitcher is taking their time on the mound, getting everything out of this game. Here's Ginder, the 1-2. Up top, and there goes the runner at 2. That's Max Gerhardt, and he's going to stand in easily. So now 2 in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. As we do remind you, our head umpires, Bob Schellinger behind home plate, and in the infield is Raleigh Thill and Mike Mendoza. Either Raleigh or Rowley.
I'm going to go with Raleigh there, just kind of like Raleigh fingers.
That's what I was thinking. Next pitch is a ball, making the count full here. So a big-time opportunity for Maddox Buzinski. If anything's close, he's going to have to go. As here is the payoff from Caleb Ginder. Swung on, chopper through the third baseman. This brings the go-ahead run home, and it advances Max Gerhardt to third. So now the Winamac Warriors take the lead 2-1 as they bring home number 4, Connor Burton.
You hate to see that. Trippenfeldis has had a rough time of it defensively today.
So Maddox Buzinski stands on 1 for an RBI single, and the Winamac Warriors are making noise here.
Yes, they are.
Now we see John Malco. Second plate appearance of the afternoon, I believe. Ginder, intentional pitch outside.
He struck out looking in the very short Winamac second.
Yeah, it was a short one. No outs here. Malco in the box. They check down to the umpire at first to see if Malco swung, and he did not. 2-0 the count here for Caleb Ginder to John Malco. Runners on the corners for the Winamac Warriors. Finds the zone. Taking the lead here in the 4th. That is huge.
Yeah, this is about the point of the game where a change like this can be pretty climactic. Just really mess with your opponent's heads, get them down in the dumps, and make it a little harder to climb back. Last night, though, we did see the Lady Jays do exactly that. Just wasn't quite enough in the end after a couple of innings of free softball, but it takes a little something extra to climb back when you have maintained such a close game for so long.
2-2 from Ginder. Misses low.
I thought that looked pretty good personally. He had some good break on it, but it might have come in a little low, as you pointed out.
So that makes the count full here to John Malco. Ginder steps back up to the bump. The payoff. Chopper to Trippenfeldis at 3. He throws to 2 to get 1 out, but that advances Max Gerhardt as the Winamac Warriors are going to score another run, going up 3-1 now, as that is tagging at 2. That was the advancing runner, Maddox Buzinski, who just got tagged out at 2. So now with 1 runner on, 1 out, bottom of the 4th, we go back to the top of the batting order for the Winamac Warriors. We see Cash Roth for his 3rd appearance.
He is singled to left center and to center.
Checking the runner at 1, they throw over. Ginder to Damian Frazier, and sliding back in is John Malco, safe. 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the 4th as the Winamac Warriors are going up against the HNAC champions, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, and playing very well. Pitch low, they throw. Trey McGowan throws down to Damian Frazier at 1, and sliding in safe again is John Malco. He got up extra slow after that one.
Certainly going to be sending something to the washing machine tonight.
Oh, and it's going to be fair. Ripped down the left field line. Here comes John Malco, and he's going to stay at 2. So a big-time hit by Cash Roth, and now another runner in scoring position for the Warriors of Winamac.
And he just keeps pulling it a little more with each at-bat, from center to left center to just about down the left field line. He is finding places to put that ball into play.
For the Warriors, number 23, Braden Mathias.
So now Braden Mathias, the number 2 hitter, steps into the batter's box. Swung on, popped up high, back to center field, and Aldrich Harper's going to make the play for out number 2. That's what the Blue Jays needed. They've already let 2 runs cross here in the bottom of the 4th. I'd imagine they don't want to let any more.
And that's the second time that Harper has had the put out for Mathias.
The Warriors, number 15, Addison Allen.
So Addison Allen now in the batter's box. Takes first pitch for a called strike by Bob Schellinger. He liked that one.
And I got to tell you, Mitch, I am digging Allen's bright pink bat with the blue highlights. Kind of clashes with the maroon, I'm not going to lie, but I love the boldness.
It's definitely an Easter colorway. Oh! And it's going to hit Addison Allen in the head, and he takes a look at Caleb Ginder. And I think the head umpire, Bob Schellinger, is telling Addison to just take your base. No need to cause a tussle here.
Next up for the Warriors.
Has it hit?
46, Wyatt Wheeler.
It hit Addison Allen square in the back of the helmet.
Yeah, that was a loud one. All right, Wheeler has grounded out to first and reached safely on a 6-3 fielder's choice, I think it was. Now that doesn't make sense.
And now the infield umpires are having Danielle McIntyre, the training staff, check Allen out. As we said earlier, when head injuries this day and age, they're taken so seriously. Concussion protocol is something we've had to learn and deal with here, as she's checking him out there at first base. Doing a little eye test there.
Oh, she looks like she could be a highway patrol officer with those skills.
You think it pays better?
I think that depends on which county you're working in or if you're working for the state. And McGowan takes advantage of this time to check in on Ginder, reassure him. At 2 outs. Finish it up here and get back up to home plate.
So it looks like Addison Allen has been checked and okay. With 2 outs, Ginder's going to deal to Wyatt Wheeler, and swinging and missing as he waves at it for strike 1. Oh, 1 the count here to Wyatt Wheeler. Bases jacked for the Winamac Warriors. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Ginder deals. Low and in the dirt outside. Good snag there by Trey McGowan. So now Ginder's going to step back up and deal the 0-1. Little low that time.
I don't think he missed by much.
So 2-1 the count now here. Ginder, the 2-1. Low and outside, ball 3. Good patience by Wyatt Wheeler here. One of the main leaders on this Winamac Warrior team.
Speaking of patience, Rabe Frazier is showing a lot with his pitcher, hoping that Ginder can get himself out of this jam.
Here's a
and with a little help from David
drive.
Rassa, he does just that.
So David Rassa gets out number 3, and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays allow 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to take a break and come back for the top of the 5th. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Just as American farmers are the source of the world's food, Farm Fertilizers and Seeds of Hamlet, Stowell, Bourbon, and Westville is the source of information for our area's growers. Our website, www.farmfert.com, is available anytime to check the weather, the markets, news, and local information provided specifically by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is your locally owned partner in agriculture, providing crop protection chemicals, fertilizers, seeds, and service. Call us today at 800-834-8909 to discuss your farm's needs.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast this evening, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Finally, we thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. We go to the top of the fifth. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Nathan Orger here at the launch pad in Union Mills, Indiana. It's 3-1 as the Winamac Warriors were able to cross 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth. And now we are going to see third baseman Troy Trippenfeld step into the batter's box for, I believe, his third appearance of the afternoon.
You are correct. He's reached safely on a 6-4 fielder's choice, and then he struck out in the third.
So Trippenfeld steps in, takes the first pitch from the lefty, Addison Allen, and it's low and in the dirt for ball 1. Next pitch offered. Good eye there by Trippenfeld is for ball 2. Next offering. Misses again for ball 3. The 3-0. Finds the zone. There it is. Just past 2 hours in this broadcast. 6:35 Central, 7:35 Eastern, wherever you are. We're so glad you joined us as Addison Allen is going to walk Troy Trippenfeldis, and he's going to take first. Base on balls there. So now we see number 32, Damian Frazier, the first baseman for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, step in with 1 on, nobody out. This is the top of the fifth. It's 3-1, the Winamac Warriors lead. Swung on by Frazier, popped up high, trying to make a play on it, but no, out of play behind the dugout for strike number 1.
And Frazier grounded out to the first baseman in the first inning, and then he walked and made it to third base, but didn't score in the third.
0-1 the count. Allen to deal to Frazier. Up top, ball called. Evening it up at 1-1 here. While the Jays have time, it'd be really nice to at least get 1 run across here in this inning. 1-1 from Allen, finds the zone. You know, you don't want to push it too far into the 6th.
No.
You want to at least try to get 1 here.
Winamac has shown that it's willing to come back and put more runs on the board, and so quicker the Blue Jays can catch up, it's better it's going to be for them.
Fouled off, popped up over our heads, so Damian Frazier digs back in at a 2-2 count from Addison Allen. Swings and misses as Damian Frazier goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the top of the fifth. And now we see number 3, Trey McGowan.
He is taking it on the arm and on the side today. We'll see if maybe he can take one to the outfield this time.
He's a .333 batting average on the season as the first pitch offered is low, and Cash Roth Misgloves it, upset at himself today.
McGowan has certainly had some help from the pitchers with his on-base percentage today.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, it's true. It's true. What do you want me to say?
Didn't mean to leave you speechless there, Mitch.
I mean, it's true. Foul tip by McGowan. Yes, you're right. His on-base percentage is through the roof already at .495.
These two hit by pitches might have bumped him over 500. I'm not about to try to do that math on the fly, but
so the sophomore Trey McGowan is something we forget about. You know, that sophomore class at North Judson-San Pierre, they play like upperclassmen. Bright future for all the athletic departments involving that class at North Judson. Chopped off foul, out of play.
McGowan's a sophomore. Ginder's only a sophomore. Brock Benson.
The 1-2 from Allen to McGowan. No, he throws over to Wyatt Wheeler to check the runner at first, tripping Feldis, but he slides in and he's safe.
I think Allen might have got a little lucky by how tall Wheeler is out there at first base. That was a bit of a reach.
Stays 1-2 here to Trey McGowan. Allen, the left-hander, throwing to right-handed hitter. Big-time hit down the left field line, and it goes foul.
Just foul.
Maddox Buzinski tried to make a play on it, but it couldn't get over there in time. So that keeps Trey McGowan alive here with a 1-2 count.
I think he's one foul ball away from getting his free sub of the month.
What's that from?
The weird brain of Nathan Oreger.
Strikeout called to Trey McGowan, and he didn't even swing. He let it go by.
Didn't expect to see that at bat end that way.
So he goes down looking for out number 2, and Addison Allen, as of right now, has stepped in for Max Gearhart and has done an excellent job. Max Gearhart started off strong for the Warriors, and now Addison Allen is continuing things for the Warriors. As now stepping in is Brock Benson, number 14, the number 7 hitter, designated hitter, as he takes a ball inside for 1-0. 2 outs and 1 on top of the 5th. Addison Allen deals. Inside again. Benson, a name we know from football, one of those athletes. Very strong individual.
And that's fouled over our heads.
So that should make the count 2-1 now. Next pitch swung on and missed by Brock Benson.
Evens the count 2-2. He's still got that runner at first base looking to advance.
Allen deals the 2-2. Big time
and there
hit.
Is that advance. That finds a hole in right center, and it rolls all the way to the fence.
And that's going to advance Trippin Feldis. He's coming all the way
Burton
home.
hits a cutoff man, hits Wheeler
and
as another cutoff man.
He's going to slide in for 3. So a big-time RBI triple for Brock Benson, the designated hitter, as he brings 1 run home, and now he is the tying run, standing at 3, 90 feet away, and we see A.J. Bow, the number 8 hitter, step into the batter's box.
Now batting for the Blue Jays, number 26, A.J. Bow.
Bow walked in the second, and he popped out to the third baseman in the third.
So A.J. Bow with 2 outs, an opportunity to try to tie this ball game up here, 3-2. Inside, first pitch offered by Addison Allen.
Little chin music there to brush him back from the plate a bit.
Bow, a senior on this Blue Jay team, a .319 batting average. He has 10 RBIs on the year, 15 hits and 11 runs. The 1-0 from Addison Allen. Strike called.
I don't think AJ wanted anything to do with that pitch.
1-1. Runner on third. Allen deals up top. Roth had to bounce out of the way to get it. 2 outs here. Bottom of the fifth. Top of the fifth, excuse me. Allen deals. Low and in the dirt. It gets past Roth, and here comes Brock Benson to slide in, and he's going to take another run. So that's the tying run that crosses Brock Benson for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays.
I got to tell you, Brock Benson is just flying around the base paths this time around. You know, he hustled. He hit that as far as you could into this ballpark without sending over the fence with that roll, but he still made his way with mad wheels to third, and he just took advantage of that wild pitch really impressively right there.
Might have to remember that play, too.
Yeah.
Big time play to bring the tying run across, or to bring the run within one, and then he was the tying run. So, swinging and missing is A.J. Bow, as here's the payoff from Addison Allen in the dirt, and A.J. Bow gets walked, and he'll take his base.
That'll bring the right fielder Noah Radke back up to the plate with a strikeout watching in the second and a walk in the fourth that ended with that 3-5 play after the wild throw and the pickoff.
First pitch to Noah Radke up top for ball one. 3-3 now as it's tied up. Both teams have scored in the first, and then the Winamac Warriors scored in the bottom of the fourth, and then the Blue Jays respond in the top of the fifth here. So the Blue Jays have been able to respond each time the Warriors have taken the lead. As now the count's 2-0 to A.J. Bow. Thank you. Strike called to Noah Radke, excuse me. Bow on first as he was walked. So Radke digs back in here for the 2-1 from Allen. Popped up high. Trying to make a play on it. It'll be the first baseman, Wyatt Wheeler, for out number 3. And that's the top of the fifth. But the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays were able to tie this thing up as we're going to take a break and come back for the bottom. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Tie ball game here. It's sectional 34 action in Union Mills, Indiana at the launch pad. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors, like I said, they are tied here in the bottom of the fifth. 3-3 here. Mitch Columby along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger. We're so glad he was able to join us this afternoon, and we were glad you could join us as well here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, as WKVI will always be there. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and we see stepping into the box for the Winamac Warriors is number 2, Peyton Attinger.
You know, Mitch, no sooner were you talking to me off the air about how slow the game had gotten to be that apparently the boys heard us, and they both decided that the game needed a little more excitement.
Need a little more excitement. And they were able to tie things up. This ball game is going back and forth here as it looks like it's going to go the distance. As swinging on a 1-1 is Peyton Attinger missing, making the count 1-2 here. Caleb Ginder still on the mound for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. He started and is pitching a complete game up to this point.
And I'll tell you, you know, he obviously had a rough spot there, gave up a couple of those runs, but if Rabe Frazier feels that he is still good to be on the mound, then he is still good to be on the mound.
Ginder, the 2-2. Hits the dirt for ball 3. Full count here for Caleb Ginder to Peyton Attinger. He gets the sign from head coach Mark Hendricks down the third base line, and Ginder deals the payoff. It's going to be hit right to Quentin Frazier at shortstop. He throws over to first, and he gets the out. So Quentin Frazier over to Damian Frazier to get out number 1, as now Damian Frazier is down and injured.
I think he came off the bag to catch that, and he actually might have applied the tag to the base to beat the runner, but it was not a very graceful thing, and looks like he might have hurt himself in making that play.
Danielle McIntyre is getting...
She is very busy tonight.
She is working hard this evening. Training staff here at South Central, as she has Damian Frazier sitting up, and there you see head coach Mark Hendricks going over with Rabe Frazier to check on him. There's two teams, good sportsmanship here between these two.
You know, I've noticed there's always been an interesting relationship between the Winamac and the North Judson communities. You know, I live in North Judson. I've been working in Winamac for more than a decade now. There's always been a lot of people who work at the hospital at Pulaski Memorial from North Judson, at the nursing home in there. A lot of people I've known, when they've had to send relatives to the nursing home, they've sent them to Winamac as opposed to other. I don't know exactly what explains that history, but there's always been a bit of a relationship between the two. There have been some tense sports rivalries in the past.
Oh, sure.
But generally, the two communities, there's been a bit of a relationship. I don't know if it's because of the old railroad lines that used to connect the two areas, something deep in the roots or something. But
well, you know, Chris McGowan always told us on the Saturday Sports Line a couple of times that when he was growing up, going to North Judson, he said to him Knox was always a big-time rivalry, but he said he put the Winamac game just as high up there, if not more of a rivalry game.
Yeah. I think it was probably a more peaceable rivalry, but no less intense.
Right, exactly. Still a battle, and there you see head coach Mark Hendrickson.
And check this out. I just got a text message from my aunt in Fort Worth, Texas. She's listening to us. Hi, Aunt Beth. Thanks for tuning in.
All the way from Fort Worth, Texas. Wow. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. As it's a tie ball game, Nathan and I are seeing a fantastic outing between the Winamac Warriors and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. The first pitch dealt to number 4, Connor Burton, is popped up foul, making it 0-1.
Looks like Frazier is all right, still out there manning first base.
Kicks and deals. Kinder gets Burton to swing and miss for strike 2. As they were walking back to the dugout, you saw head coach Mark Hendricks get back to the third base line, and they were just joking, him and Rabe Frazier. As you can see, the relationship is even mid-competition, they're able to crack jokes with each other. As the next pitch misses low for Caleb Ginder, 1-2 the count. Next pitch misses again, evening it up at 2-2. And now you see Trey McGowan checking down with, not really sure what he was checking for there.
He thought that Burton might have gone a little too far with that check swing. First base umpire Raleigh Thill did not agree.
So good eye there, makes the count full. 3-2 here. The payoff from Caleb Ginder. Low and outside, and that's going to walk Connor Burton, so he'll take his base with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it's 3-all, and now we see Max Gerhardt. Quick score update from Paul Dunn over at Culver. The Culver Cavaliers win over the Oregon Davis Bobcats in round 1 sectional action. 7-6 was the final.
Wow.
It went down
they
to the wire.
both put a few more runs on at the end of the game.
So the Culver Cavaliers, while they had a rough season in general, they were able to beat a very good Oregon Davis Bobcat team. As here's a chopper to Quentin Frazier, and it gets through his legs. So he wasn't able to make a play on it, and that's a single for Max Gerhardt. Big shout out to Paul Dunn. We appreciate him sending me that message.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 6.
I just got a text from our our very own Rich Wallen. He said, tell Nathan he needs to come in and record with me for a community spotlight. He is good on the air.
Oh, wow. Praise from Rich Wallen. I might have to start keeping a diary just so I can mark that one down. Thank you, Rich.
A shout out to Rich Wallen, as you can join him every morning on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. That's 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
If I ever figure out why my car radio doesn't work, I might listen to him on the way to the office.
Well, you can listen on your phone.
I could. You're right.
Yeah.
That's second nature.
No excuses.
That is a fair point.
We
that
are,
is a fair
we are
point.
in the palm of your hand.
I should know that since I am being heard streaming. Should realize that.
And here's a chopper that gets past Tripp and Feldis. This is going to bring Connor Burton home. The go-ahead run and an RBI single. Oh, man. Great job by Maddox Buzinski to get an RBI single. So now it's 4-3. The Warriors take the lead, and now we see the number 9 hitter, John Malco.
That was a bit of a rocket. That's the second one where Tripp and Feldis, I think, really just
couldn't get to it.
I don't think he could have. That one was a really hard hit ball.
Up top, swung and missed by John Malco on the next pitch. Oh, 0-1 the count to John Malco with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch up top for ball 1. So next pitch called a strike. 1-2 the count now.
Yeah, Schellinger didn't even feel the need to go down to first base for an appeal on that one. He felt that Malco took it to swing just a little too far.
Next pitch offered from Ginder, low and away for ball 2.
John reached on a 5-4 fielder's choice in the 4th.
Swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout for John Malco for out number 2 as he goes down swinging. So now we're going to see back to the top of the batting order, Cash Roth step into the batter's box.
Next up for the...
Well, if he keeps on trend, he's either going to magically hit a single that is called fair even though it's foul to the left side, or he's going to go full circle and take one down the right field line about this time.
Ginder back on the mound, set to deal to Cash Roth. Popped up high, making a play on it is the shortstop Quentin Frazier for out number 3, and that's the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back for the top of the 6th. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender. Member FDIC.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Back for more here at the Launchpad in Union Mills, Indiana. 4-3 as the Winamac Warriors lead over the Hoosier North Athletic Conference champions this year, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. We go to the top of the batting order. We're going to see leadoff man Aldrich Harper step into the batter's box. As it is the top of the 6th, I stated not much time left. And the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Winamac Warriors are going back and forth here, Nathan.
Yes, they are. And I think Harper might be due with a fly ball to start the game and a walk that unfortunately didn't get him very far in the 4th. Might be time for him to find a hole in the outfield and get things started for the Jays.
So we'll see what happens here as Aldrich Harper is going to face Addison Allen, still on the mound as he relieved Max Gearhart.
Blue Jays, center fielder, number 11, Aldrich Harper.
So now Harper steps in, and Allen checks his shoestrings, and he's going to step onto the mound here. It's exactly what head coach Ray Frazier was telling us. He wanted to take the Winamac Warriors seriously, and they are looking every bit as serious as he thought they would.
They really are. They really seem to have put some of the early season struggles behind them and capitalized on the hot streak that they found themselves enjoying towards the end of the season. Today a new day, and they've got that momentum still, and they have kept in this game, and it might be theirs to win.
2 quick balls from Addison Allen to Aldrich Harper as he deals the 2-0. Misses up top and outside. The 3-0 from Allen up top, and he's going to walk Aldrich Harper as he stays patient at the plate. So that gets their leadoff man on base to start the 6th inning.
You know, I think he might have learned a lesson after getting in the first out of the game on the first pitch of the game. That's 2 walks in a row. He's really showing some patience. We saw him steal second in the 4th inning. And with Frazier up to the bat, we might see some more speed on the base paths.
First pitch to Quentin Frazier. Went down swinging his last at bat. Big time hit, popped up high, back to center field, trying to make a play on it. It's going to drop in.
Hops.
So that's going to advance Aldrich Harper to 2 and keep Quentin Frazier right at first for a single.
Ginder coming up with another chance to help himself out as we get into the later innings of the game. He's walked, singled to center, and flown out to center.
First pitch to Ginder is a ball. Next pitch fouled off, hits the fence, evening it up at 1-1. So 1-1 here for Addison Allen, the lefty dealing to the right-handed hitter, Caleb Ginder. Swung on and popped up foul again, so Ginder digging in. Both teams staying patient this afternoon.
It has been a battle. They have really kept each other on each other's toes. Really made the pitchers work quite a bit tonight.
The 2-2. Outside for ball. Fouled off again.
And
so
I might have
Ginder.
seen my life flash before my eyes with that one. That just about made it over the fence, and at the right trajectory, it might have gone right for my face. But as the boys say, I'd just have to wear it.
Just have to wear it. Full count. Addison Allen steps off the bunt, keeping an eye on Aldrich Harper at 2.
Oh, and a wild pitch.
Oh,
for
wild
ball
pitch
4.
past Cash Roth. So that's going to be ball 4 and walk Caleb Ginder, and that means the bases are loaded for Troy Trippenfeldis as he's going to step in now.
Now batting for the Blue Jays,
Trippenfeldis scored on the Benson triple in the previous inning. It looks like Ginder might get to stay on the base paths this time around. Yep. And I just hear Ray Frazier yell, leave him in, leave him in. It looks like he's all smiles out there getting a chance to spend some time on the base paths. Nope.
No, so we do have a courtesy.
Mind. Just no longer Christian Ingram, number 27, coming in to run for Ginder.
So Ginder comes in now to courtesy run for... Wait, Ingram comes in to courtesy runner. I was like, what?
I really thought he was going to let Caleb get some laps in.
First offering from Addison Allen to Troy Trippenfeldis is a ball outside. Next pitch called strike.
Jays have had bases loaded a couple of times and failed to leverage it. Maybe this will be the third time's a charm.
I love hearing Rabe Frazier. Big time hit by Troy Trippenfeldis back to left center field. It's going to be gloved, though, by Maddox Buzinski. Tagging up, though, is at third, Aldrich Harper. So that's the tying run that crosses. So Troy Trippenfeldis, a sacrifice RBI on that play. And Aldrich Harper brings the tying run across. It's 4-all here in the top of the sixth.
But I tell you, time to leverage those bases loaded for once.
So now Damian Frazier steps in.
And I'd say Damian Frazier's due today.
The first pitch swung on and hit.
Oh, and Paulie Frazier almost bare hands that one.
Nice little snag there, a little athletic.
Looked about as graceful as I did the other night catching that, trying to catch that pop-up.
We talked about it on the air. We thought you did really well.
You know, if I hadn't been in a sport coat and slacks, I would have gone to the ground and made sure to keep it.
I was expecting you to be in a sport coat tonight. I was surprised. You're usually a sharp-dressed guy. Well, you are sharp-dressed. I'm just saying you usually wear a sport coat and tie. I was surprised.
I was thinking how it's a little weird that it's cool evening and I'm up here and I'm dressed down and I was in a sport coat and suit in the dugout last couple of nights. But
we figured you had a meeting you had to run off to.
No, I told the girls I was dressed in blue and gold to support them those 2 nights. And at least once I was asked if I was a scout. And that drops in front of Connor Burton, and that's another run for the Jays.
So bringing across the go-ahead run.
I told you Frazier was due. I feel like my sixth sense is really on in this inning, huh?
So he brings Quentin Frazier home, and now the Blue Jays take the lead, 5-4.
Gowan has been hit twice and struck out once. And that one just was about number 3 on the hit by pitch.
One-0 the count. Addison Hallen steps off the bump as he checks the runners. Looks like the bullpen for the Blue Jays has a pitcher warming up, as there's a foul tip. I can't quite get a number on who it is out there warming up in the bullpen.
Looks like it might be 8.
Yep.
Tyler Barnhart.
Tyler Barnhart. So Barnhart in the bullpen warming up for the Blue Jays, as we may see a pitching change to start the bottom of the 6th, as the Blue Jays just take the lead. The 1-1 from Allen. Popped up by Trey McGowan. Back to center field. And making a play is center fielder for the Winamac Warriors.
It's Connor Burton, I believe, out there, number 4.
So Connor Burton gets out number 2. And now we're going to see Brock Benson, who the last at bat, my goodness. Tell us what he did.
Oh, that was a really nice triple to right center. Rolled all the way to the wall, and he sped around those bases. Drove in Trippin Feldes to get the Jays back on the board after Warriors had taken the lead.
Benson takes the first pitch, up top, ball called as Addison Allen still in this one. He relieved Max Gerhardt in the 3rd inning, I believe.
Benson then scored on a wild pitch to tie it up.
Swung on and missed by Benson. He wanted that one. It evens the count at 1-1 here. One from Addison Allen to Brock Benson. Swung on and missed again. Cash Roth takes the 2.
Oh.
They tried to tag the runner, and as the tag happened, the ball flies out of the glove. Man, Cash Roth slung it down there.
That was
slung. Is that a word?
That is a word, and that was a laser shot. That would have been a bang-bang call if he'd been able to hold on to that.
So close. With 2 outs, that would have been the 3rd.
Yeah, it's good to see Roth is feeling well enough after that scare earlier in the game to be that aggressive, watching his runners.
Now, say he did get that out there. I'm just asking to see if, I don't know. Would Brock Benson, since he was at a 1-2 or a 1-1 count, would he actually start? Would he be in the batter's box the next inning?
He would start with a fresh count.
Fresh count.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. The 1-2 from Addison Allen to Brock Benson. Swung on, big time hit, back deep left field, all the way back, and it's a home run.
That is
3-run homer by Brock Benson. Over 309 feet is what the left field fence says as Brock Benson jacks a 3-run homer here in the top of the 6th. And here comes the dugout to welcome him home.
And I got to tell you, if you're going to hit for half of the cycle, triple and home run is the way to go.
So that now makes the score 8-4, if I'm correct.
You are correct.
So what a change of events here, and now we see head coach Mark Hendricks. I think he's seen enough. Wow. And we were talking this whole time how deep the outfield was.
And I got to tell you, sometimes the ball flies off the bat, and you're not sure if it's going to be a home run until it's getting close to the fence. But the second Benson made contact with that, you knew that was headed for County Road 600 West.
Wow, what a hit. Brock Benson showing the beef on that play. Has that just rejuvenated the Blue Jay dugout?
Looks like Hendricks is going to keep Addison Allen in a little bit longer. Face A.J. Bow, see if he can get out of this inning.
So with 2 outs, Addison Allen deals to A.J. Bow. First pitch called strike. Man, what a turn of events here as the Warriors played so well up to this point. As here's the next pitch, big-time hit deep to left field by A.J. Bow, and making the play is Maddox Buzinski for out number 3 here in the top of the 6th. We'll be back for the bottom. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Continuing the tradition here on Kankakee Valley Broadcastings, as WKVI will always be here. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Nathan Orger here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 5 innings cross, correct?
5.5 down, and we've got Braden Mathias leading off for the Warriors, and he takes one to right field over the head of Noah Radke, and it rolls to the fence. He is rounding second. He is heading to third.
Now he's going to stand in for it. No, he slides in head first. So to start the bottom of the 6th, Braden Mathias rips one over the right fielder's head, Noah Radke, and he's able to turn for 3. It was 3, wasn't it? Was it 4-4 to start the top of the 6th?
It was 4-3.
4-3. So yeah,
Jays
five
came behind and put 5 on.
Unbelievable. So the Jays have put 5 runs in this inning to make the lead 8-4. But now the Winamac Warriors have a run 90 feet away at third in Braden Mathias, and now we see Addison Allen in the batter's box.
Got that bright pink bat again. It's getting to be about the twilight hour where seeing the ball gets a little more difficult, but I don't think anyone's going to miss his bat.
Next pitch, low away and in the dirt. I just noticed that they don't have lights.
No.
And there is a game after this tonight, I believe. Yes. No, tomorrow. So tomorrow, my apologies, the South Bend Career Academy Trailblazers will be taking on the Wheeler Bearcats tomorrow night here in Union Mills.
And then the winner of that game will take on the winner of this game on, Saturday morning, it looks like?
Yeah, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So here's the 2-2 from Caleb Ginder. Low and in the dirt, misses. Makes the count full here to Addison Allen. The payoff. Ripped right through the third base and shortstop. And that's going to bring Braden Mathias home for an RBI single as Addison Allen delivers.
That'll bring Wyatt Wheeler, the first baseman, back to the plate. He's 0 for 3, line to second, popped to first, and got to first safely on a 6-3 fielder's choice where couldn't turn that double play.
Chopper to third. Trippenfeldis picks it up, overthrows to first as Wyatt Wheeler gets to first safely, and now Addison Allen goes ahead and takes 3. So now runners on the corners for the Winamac Warriors as it's 8-5. This game has gone back and forth as it looks like the Warriors aren't going down without a fight here.
No, and I would not expect this to go any other way.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 2.
Still see Tyler Barnhart in the bullpen warming up for the Blue Jays as Caleb Ginder still on the mound for them. First pitch to Peyton Attinger, ripped up to Quentin Frazier. He touches
that is a 6-3 unassisted double play.
So a nice job by Quentin Frazier as he snags it, touches 2, and then throws to first to Damian for out number 2. A nice little double play there for Quentin Frazier.
But he did bring home Addison Allen. Makes it an 8-6 game.
So a sacrifice RBI as here's Burton's going to hit one to left field.
Flies out.
And it will be caught by the left fielder of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, A.J. Bow, for out number 3 as we take a break and come back for the top of the 7th. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Wanting something more sporty? Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Exciting baseball action here in Union Mills, Indiana, as we are at the launch pad. The Winamac Warriors are taking on the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. It is 8-6, and the Blue Jays are in control. Mitch Columbi, along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger here as we go to the top of the 7th. And the Blue Jays step into the batter's box. This is number 5, Noah Radke, the right fielder, as the first pitch is taken for strike number 1.
And, Mitch, I got to tell you, I don't know if I'm Rabe Frazier that I'm comfortable with just a 2-run lead the way this game has gone. I'm really looking to my guys to put a couple more on here, especially with the top of the lineup coming up after Radke here.
Yeah, and with the Warriors being the home team, they have the bottom of the 7th. Everything would be in their hands. If the Blue Jays don't score here, they'll be up 2 runs, but it'll be up to the Warriors to either tie it or take the lead to win the ball game. So we'll see what happens here as the next pitch is a ball, making the count 2-1 to Noah Radke. Allen deals. Swung on and missed by Radke for strike number 2. That evens it up at 2-2 here. The 2-2. Chopper to Aiden Jimenez. Tries to glove it. Can't get it. Throws over to first to Wyatt Wheeler, but not in time. And getting there safely is Noah Radke.
He flubbed that a little bit, but he really recovered nicely, and he almost gunned that over in time. It was a good effort to regroup on Jimenez's part there.
For the Blue Jays, number 11, Aldrich Harper.
Sun setting here in Union Mills, as the first offering from Allen to Aldrich Harper is low, ball 1. 67 degrees right now as it's cooled off a little bit. Still a beautiful evening here. The 1-0.
I say we just line a bunch of cars up along the fences, turn the headlights on, and get a second game in tonight.
Well, for some reason, I thought that there was going to be. I didn't read the date. It's actually tomorrow that South Bend Career and Wheeler
takes
are going to play
on a wild pitch.
So a wild pitch sees Noah Radke go ahead and take 2. As Allen's been on the mound for most of this game. As digging back in here is Aldrich Harper. First pitch offered. He had to dip out of the way. It almost hit him in the head. So that makes the count 3-1 here. Addison Allen, the 3-1 to Aldrich Harper. Chopper to short. They tried to tag the runner at 2, but not in time. They go ahead and throw over to Wyatt Wheeler at first to get out number 1, and that retires Aldrich Harper. Smart play, though.
Yeah, Brady Mathias just about worked some magic there. That was
going to be sick.
Some impressive agility.
That would have been nice. But Noah Radke slides back in safe at 2. So the Blue Jays still have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and we see Quentin Frazier step back into the box for the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre. Up top, ball called. Frazier, the name we know so well on this Blue Jay baseball club, as he swings on the next pitch, evening it up at 1-1. But I'll tell you, Brock Benson has been the guy for them today. (1-1) from Addison Allen to Quentin Frazier. He wanted that one as he swung and missed, waved at it, as it goes by for strike number 2. 1-2 now with 1 on and 1 out. Top of the 7th. Chopper to second. Gearhart gloves it. He throws over to Wyatt Wheeler at first for out number 2. But that advances Noah Radke to 3. And now another run for the Blue Jays is 90 feet away, and we see Caleb Ginder step into the box.
Blue Jays, number 99, Caleb Ginder.
Ginder singled in the first, took a walk, flew out to center, and he walked in the 6th inning coming home on that Benson blast.
Looks like the bullpen has cooled off a little bit as Tyler Barnhart is not warming up anymore for the Blue Jays. His first pitch offered from Addison Allen to Caleb Ginder is up top, a ball called. Top of the 7th, 2 outs, 1 on here in Sectional 34 action at South Central High School in Union Mills, Indiana.
And I tell you, Mitch, you don't get a much better game to start off the sectionals than this battle we have seen between the Blue Jays and the Warriors tonight. These are two teams who do not want to go home.
No, and now it gets past Cash Roth, and bringing across another run is Noah Radke, and now it is 9-6. You're exactly right, Nathan. Neither team want to give this up. This is win or go home here. And you can almost bet after a game like this, it only makes you better.
Yeah, they're obviously like that wild pitch we just saw at a most inopportune time. There have been some miscues, but they both on the whole have really challenged each other. They have pushed the other team to come back.
4th ball in a row to Caleb Ginder, so Addison Allen is going to walk Ginder. And now we see Troy Trippenfeldis back into the box. I feel like we just saw him.
The Blue Jays, number 21, Troy Trippenfeldis.
So going through the batting order quite quickly are the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre. Now we have a courtesy runner for Caleb Ginder. It's number 27, Christian Ingram. So Ingram now takes first for Caleb Ginder, and Trippenfeldis steps into the box. Allen to deal. Right in the strike zone, lower portion of it, but it finds it as Trippenfeldis is behind the count, 0-1 here. Big time hit deep to left center field, and it's going to hit the gap. This is going to advance the courtesy runner to 3. Now he's going to bring him home.
And he has got that. And, you know, that was almost the exact same place where Trippenfeldis put the sacrifice fly in last inning. This time he found it open, though, and he took advantage of that. He crushed that one.
So he stands on second for an RBI double. Trippenfeldis showing up late here for the Blue Jays, and that's what they needed. A little burst of energy here late, and it looks like Mark Hendricks has seen enough from Addison Allen tonight. He did what he could, and now we're going to see number 23, Braden Mathias, take over for pitching as it's 10-6 here.
You know, I'll tell you, Mitch, you're on the ball field, and especially a game where everything is on the line like this, you make a mistake, and it's really easy to just get into your own head and just struggle for the rest of it all. And Trippenfeldis has had a rough game defensively. A couple of plays he probably should have made, a couple that he couldn't have, but still hurt. But, man, has he come along and made up for that offensively tonight. Sacrifice fly last inning, that double. I think he has found the redemption he might have needed inside, and he has really helped to keep this club in the game and ahead.
So we see Tyler Barnhart heading back out with Brody Bridegroom to warm up in the bullpen.
Brody Bridegroom, that's a funny kid.
Great guy.
I've umped a couple of, I don't even know what they call it, senior league or whatever, the older youth, 15U. Umped a couple of games where he played. He is a fun kid.
He's a helper. I know he's an assistant. He's a teacher's assistant. I forget what they call that when you can have students be an assistant. But he helps out Michael Sharkozy, the athletic director. And whenever I go over there, Michael Sharkozy has Brody show me around where I'm going to set up and takes care of everything I need. Just a young kid that helps out tremendously. So excited to be a part of this baseball club. He course, talked to me a couple of weeks ago. Well, last week when we saw the Knox Redskins, he says, I'm not getting a lot of time, but I am a young kid, so I'm a underclassman, so I've got a little time here. So
that is a great attitude to hear.
But he's excited about the future. Here's the first pitch from Braden Mathias to Damian Frazier, as it's a ball up top with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. The Warriors just need one more to get out of this inning and go to the bottom of the 7th, as here is a breaking ball from Mathias. It just doesn't find the zone, making it 2-0 here.
Looks like Allen has moved back to center field, Burton has moved back to second, and Gerhardt has moved over to shortstop.
Up top, strike called right in the corner. So beautiful placement there by Mathias. It makes it 2-1 here. That time too far up top. So now it's 3-1. 10-6, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead over the Winamac Warriors here in the top of the 7th. As here comes Mathias. Next pitch way outside for ball 4, and that's going to walk Damian Frazier. So now 2 on with 2 out here in the top of the 7th. We are going to see number 3, Trey McGowan, step into the batter's box here.
Blue Jays, number 3, Trey McGowan.
So Trey, how many at-bats at this point is he in?
He has, let's see, he has had 2 official at-bats and 2 plate appearances that led to hit by pitch. Struck out in the 5th, and he flew out to center field in the 6th.
Thank you. First pitch, a ball. Next one, called strike, evens it up at 1-1. Chance to get out of this inning here. Mathias deals the 1-1 and inside, and McGowan dips out of the way. He didn't wear it.
With a name like Trey wearing the number 3, it might almost be karmically appropriate if he had been hit by pitch a 3rd time.
Right? Gosh. Next pitch from Mathias, low. That makes the count 3-1 here for Trey McGowan. Kicks and deals. Oh, my goodness. He does hit Trey McGowan.
That is 3 hit by pitches from number 3, Trey McGowan.
My gosh, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
This
and
kid,
they were each by different pitchers, weren't they?
I think you're right. I think Allen hit him the 2nd time.
So each pitcher for the Winamac Warriors does not like Trey McGowan, it seems.
Wow.
What luck do you have to get hit by a pitch 3 times in a sectional game? Oh, another hit by pitch.
And that one will bring in a run.
My goodness.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that was an intentional plunk, but Benson has just beaten up the Warriors, and that was, in the words of Bob Ross, a very happy accident.
Happy accident. So, with 2 outs, Mathias throws a couple errant pitches that hit a couple players, and the second hit by pitch to Brock Benson brings another run home for the Blue Jays. It's now 11-6. And he just hit another number 26, A.J. Bow. That's his 3rd hit by pitch in a row. So that brings another run across for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays.
And they have officially batted around in this 7th inning.
My goodness. So now
Noah Radke started off, took one to third baseman Jimenez. He kind of fumbled it, almost got the throw over there in time anyway, and a couple of wild pitches later, Radke was crossing home plate to start this inning. And it looks like Wheeler is coming in to pitch.
So we're going to see Wyatt Wheeler. I wondered if we were going to see him tonight. He's got a really good breaking ball. As
better than breaking bones.
Breaking bones, and you gotta feel for Braden Mathias. He didn't want to do that.
No,
after the third hit, you saw him. He took his glove off and put it on the top of his head. What do you do? It's not his fault. It just got away from him there. And that's unfortunate. With 2 outs, he had a chance to get out of this inning.
And Jimenez is consoling him as the infielders all congregate between second base and the mound.
Well, and that's the thing. He had a chance to get out of the inning, only down by 4 runs. And then those 2, or the 3 hit by pitches, they allow 2 runs to cross now. It's a 6-run lead for the Blue Jays. If you're the Blue Jays, you've got to feel pretty good now going into the bottom of the 7th if things were to end here shortly.
Yeah.
6 runs is going to be pretty tough to deal with for the Winamac Warriors.
It is. It's difficult, but I would not say it's impossible the way this game has gone. They have fought all night. Whether they have enough fight in them to put 6 runs on in 1 inning is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think John Hendricks knows how to inspire his kids, and if ever there were a situation and there were ever a team where we might see that happen, it might be right here.
Yeah. Well, and you see a lot of fans trickling out and leaving here, as it sounds like they think this game's probably in hand for the Blue Jays.
Hate to see that.
Hate to see people leaving, but we hope they're tuning in on their way home, as we'll take you there. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Orger.
Looks like John Malco has come into first place as part of these defensive changes.
So, Malco now at first base, and Wyatt Wheeler steps back on the mound, and he deals to Noah Radke. Ball outside.
Looks like Connor Burton is in his 3rd position of the night. He's been second, center, second, and now in right field.
A little bit of everywhere. As here's the 1-0 from Wyatt Wheeler. Good eye from Radke, takes a ball outside. We appreciate you joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, as WKVI will always be here. We are in the top of the 7th, 12-6, the Blue Jays lead. Low and in the dirt, the pitch gets past Cash Roth, and scoring another run for the Blue Jays is number 3.
That's Trey.
Trey McGowan. So now 13-6. This game's getting away from the Warriors here, as this is their 4th arm on the mound in this one this afternoon. Looks like the Warriors have a pitcher in the bullpen as well warming up, and the Blue Jays still have Tyler Barnhart over there. Pitch inside, strike called to Noah Radke, makes the count 3-1 here. Wheeler, the 3-1. Misses, low and outside, and that's going to walk Noah Radke and load the bases up again. The bleeding just can't stop right now for the Warriors. This is just getting out of control, unfortunately. They had such a strong performance all the way up to, well, really about this inning.
Yep. And if my eyes are not deceiving me, that is number 34 sophomore Brody Wensler in the Warriors bullpen.
Thank you.
Warming up with Caden Runk, a freshman, catching him.
So Wheeler looks at a 1-0 to Aldrich Harper. Harper showed bunt, but then pulls. The pitch goes by, and it's strike called. Evens up at 1-1. With 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, the Warriors desperately need this 3rd out to get to the bottom to try to tie it or take the lead to win. The 1-1. Swung on by Harper, popped up foul over our heads, staying alive. So we see Quentin Frazier on deck. Ginder in the hole. The 1-2 from Wheeler. Outside, ball called, evening it up at 2-2. Two here as Wheeler deals. Full count now. And you hate to see the last 2 relief pitchers step on the mound and have this much trouble. You feel for Braden Mathias,
and Brody Wensler has come back from the bullpen and
swung on and missed for strike 3, and the Warriors finally get out of this inning. Finally as we will be back to go to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Back for more as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Nathan Orger just had a chance to talk with Superintendent Ben Anderson here at South Central. Always glad to see Ben. He's a hard worker here at South Central. And there is Nathan Radke here as well for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. You know Nathan Radke, big-time football player for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Also did some public address announcing for the Blue Jays during basketball season.
And I told you I've never met a Radke who wasn't athletic. And the Jays have brought in Barnhart to finish out the game. Looks like Caleb Ginder has moved from the mound to third base.
Well, we're hanging out with our friends from South Central today. We've got John Haggard, the athletic director. We also have Mr. Miller, the high school principal here.
Wow, Mr. We got a Mr. here. I think it just means it doesn't know your name.
Jared.
And that is a shortstop.
Thrown over to first, overthrown. And now Max Gearhart is going to turn for 2, and he is going to get tagged out. So a good job by, it looks like, the catcher, Trey McGowan, running over there.
That was solid defense, backing up the first baseman like that.
I knew his first name. His first name's Jared. The kids know him as Mr. Miller.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 16.
We're hanging out here with them up in the clubhouse as their public address announcer, doing a great job this evening, is, I had it right here. Next pitch, swung on and hit deep back to center field, and it's going to be gloved by Aldrich Carper. As our public address announcer today is Jimmy Carr, and we appreciate him this afternoon, doing a fantastic job.
Oh, look at Ginder just showing off now. Pulling the feet off the ground and doing a little hop to catch that throw into the infield.
I'm guessing you mentioned Barnhart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
As he is the closer in this situation, just dealt the first strike with 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Jays are looking to advance here. The 0-1. Ooh, and Malco almost went, but he pulls it back as this is John Malco, the number 9 hitter in the batter's box for the Winamac Warriors.
And this at-bat could be the season for the Warriors and the high school career for their seniors.
Barnhart deals and swung on and missed by senior John Malco. Barnhart, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And that's the ball game. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays will advance as they beat the Winamac Warriors in round 1 of Sectional 34 here at South Central High School in Union Mills, Indiana.
What a game, Mitch.
13-6. Nathan Orger and I have a lot to talk about in the Collins Insurance postgame show. We hope you stick around and join us. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
13-6 is the final in this one as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays take care of business against an old familiar foe, an old rival in the Winamac Warriors. 13-6, the final, as I just said. Mitch Columbia, along with sports analyst Nathan Orger, we've got a lot to talk about in this game. It started off hot in the top of the first. The Blue Jays were able to bring a run across. Bottom of the first, the Warriors were able to bring a run across. Took a couple innings there before another run was able to cross for either team. It was really back and forth there.
No, I mean, you look at the top of the sixth, and the Blue Jays come up to the plate down by 1, and the bats just absolutely exploded that inning, and they never looked back.
It was a lot.
They piled on a little bit there in the top of the seventh, but that sixth inning was the defining moment of this game.
Absolutely, and when you have a play, I mean, I think it just goes to show when you have one or two good at bats, how that can kind of trickle down to the other players on the team.
Yep.
It's just an energy. It's almost like an energy wave of something just goes through the team when something big happens, and then they just feed off of it.
Yep, and I don't want to dabble too much in armchair psychology, but I feel that the patience that Coach Frazier showed in Caleb Ginder, letting him work out of some jams, letting him give up a few runs, having confidence that the offense would come back and make it up. I think that didn't just keep Caleb confident, but I think that does something for the whole team when they see that their coach is behind their pitcher and they need to step up and make sure that they're behind their pitcher.
What about the Winamac Warriors? How are you feeling right now for them?
Oh, man. Any kind of loss like that when, they score double the runs you've got is hurt. That's painful, but tonight especially when they put up such an incredible fight and led for a good part of the game, just to sort of see it fall apart, that hurts. They're a young team. I don't know if they have any seniors, maybe one.
Max Gerhardt and Wyatt Wheeler, I believe.
Okay. Then, they still got a lot of young guys who are going to be coming back, and I think this is going to be
no, maybe not.
I think this is the sort of game that it's going to sting for a while. It's not going to be easy to get over, but it's going to be a lesson. It's going to be a teaching moment about how to handle that pressure, how to fight back, how to stay in a game. And I think as they mature individually and as a team, you're going to see them learning from a night like this, and it's going to be a better season next year.
Talk about the pitching for the Warriors. Max Gerhardt got the start. He did well up until he was relieved by Braden Mathias. And Mathias, wasn't it?
No, it
was Addison
Allen.
Addison Allen. And then Addison Allen pitched for the majority of the game, really.
And Max, really, he didn't give up a whole – really, he only gave up, I think, the one run. I don't think they put any on until the fifth.
Exactly, and that's Addison Allen was there.
Yeah. And even then, he gave up he only gave up 2 runs in that fifth. So for the first 2/3 of the game,
the Warriors were there.
Yeah, they were. The pitching, there were a few errors, a few miscues here and there, but they were competitive. The pitchers kept them in. That sixth inning
it just really hurt them. As it's unfortunate for the Winamac Warriors, you look down the first baseline and head coach Mark Hendricks is having a chat with his boys. Then you see down the third baseline, head coach Ray Frazier talking with his boys. As they are the 2023 Hoosier North Athletic Conference champions, they just won their first game of sectionals, and as Coach Ray Frazier said to us in the Ancilla College Coaches Corner during the pregame, hey, It's back to 0-0. This is a new season here, and now they are 1-0 as they are awaiting the winner of South Bend Career Academy in Wheeler. That will take place here tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Central is the scheduled first pitch. We're going to take a break and come back for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Just as American farmers are the source of the world's food, Farm Fertilizers and Seeds of Hamlet, Stillwell, Bourbon, and Westville is the source of information for our area's growers. Our website, www.farmfert.com, is available anytime to check the weather, the markets, news, and local information provided specifically by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is your locally owned partner in agriculture, providing crop protection chemicals, fertilizers, seeds, and service. Call us today at 800-834-8909 to discuss your farm's needs.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game.
Our Stark County Co-op play of the game as I turn things over to our sports analyst, Nathan Orger.
Well, Mitch, we could look through the 6th and 7th innings and see so much offensive production from the Blue Jays, but I'm actually going to take us back to the 5th inning. I think the play of the game's got to go to Brock Benson's RBI triple. It didn't just, it didn't even tie the game. It just got the momentum going, but I feel like that was a real psychological game changer. He brought in a run to get the Jays within one. He then later scored on a wild pitch from Addison Allen.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that even if that wasn't the go-ahead run, even if it wasn't even the same inning when the Jays took the lead, that was a turning point in the game, and that's when we started to see the Warriors slip away from the lead they had kept throughout most of the night.
And he batted a run in, didn't he?
Yeah, it was an RBI triple, and then he scored on the wild pitch.
So an RBI triple by Brock Benson is our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Stay tuned as the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is next. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Thank you to my good friend John Thompson, as it's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, Nathan Orger.
Mitch, you're really putting me on the spot here, and
that's why I pay you.
You told me you trust my gut, but I think I'm actually going to call an audible on my own gut. I was really, really thinking it might have been Brock Benson with that play of the game and that home run. But I think at the end of the day, it's got to go to the Blue Jays pitcher. I think Caleb Ginder. He had a couple of rough spots. He gave up some runs, but he stayed in that game. And just I was talking about Rabe's decision to stand behind his pitcher.
With him.
When he kept his cool, he worked out of some jams. Everything's on the line. Like Rabe said, it's 0-0. It all starts all over again. Caleb came out, and he just stayed in that game, and he just led his team.
Wow. Good for him.
Brock's offense really gave him that boost with both, like I said, the triple and the home run, but that was a lot of maturity from that young man to stay calm through this game and pitch 6 to 7 innings. And so it's a close one. It's a neck and neck finish, but I got to go with Caleb on this one.
Well, we congratulate Caleb Ginder, the pitcher, number 99 for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, as he pitched a heck of a game and is our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Hey, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting reminds you to join us each weekend on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and streaming online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't you worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media, on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Nathan.
Well, Mitch, that is exactly the sort of baseball you want to see to start the sectionals. From a purely objective point of wanting to see the most competitive baseball, that last inning felt like a little bit of piling on, and as you saw, the Warriors just sort of lose their focus. But that neck and neck, flipping leads, a little bit of small ball, a little bit of long ball. That was just baseball in its purest form. It's what you want to see. These kids are out there just playing their hearts out, giving it their all, not slacking, not dogging it, going after foul balls like every hit is on the line.
Yeah.
That was a great game. It is such a great way to set the tone for this entire sectional tournament here in Union Mills and for the Blue Jays for what they can only hope will be a long road still in the playoffs this season.
Well, it was an honor to have you back as well.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, we appreciate you being here, as you did a fantastic job. We knew you would. As our final in this one is 13-6. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays take care of business in round one of Sectional 34 here in Union Mills, Indiana at South Central High School. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst, Nathan Origer, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Baseball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5-Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.